Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the Nocturnal Nerdcast, Pop Culture in the Dark. We are the week of Christmas right now. We're in the midst of it. It is the holiday spirit and all that stuff. I hope everybody's doing good so far. Is my background music still playing? Hold on. I think it is, but it's really low. There it is. Okay. There we go. I hate dead air. It is a pet peeve of mine. Anyway, we had a couple people sitting in the green room. We'll check and see who's down there in a second. We got some fun topics today. We're going to talk about the Daredevil and Spider-Man connections. What does that mean for the MCU? We're going to talk about some casting and the DCU that came out over the weekend. And we're going to be talking about Avatar 3's box office and what people are thinking about it right now. And a few smaller topics, and we'll see where we go from there. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a really good start to their week. I had a lot happening over the weekend. I'll go into that here in a second. But let's bring up one of the people in the green room now because the other person dropped out. I'm sure they're coming back. But we have Darren in the building.
Hello.
Hello, hello. How are you?
I am tired, but I'm good.
You look very festive in the holiday
Thank
spirit.
you.
So I have a little Christmas outfit planned for Thursday night that I'll be wearing. So I was thinking today, I'm like, I have to change the intro for Thursday because it'll be Christmas night, but then I'm like, no, it's Christmas night. I'll just leave it as the Christmas intro until after Christmas. We'll see where it goes. So I don't know if Joe's coming on or not. He was in the green room for a second, but I don't know where he went. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. And if anybody else shows up, that's fine. I don't think the stream is going to go super long tonight. Matter of fact, I set the goal for 2 hours because I know that it's a busy week for everybody. And, I just want everybody to be able to chill and have a good time. It's a very laid back stream tonight. Let me tell you about my weekend though. This is crazy. I don't think I've had a busier weekend in maybe a decade for me.
Wow.
So I don't know if you guys remember or not, but I was supposed to be working at Macy's last week and they canceled the gig. We talked about it on the stream. I got a call on Wednesday because there was a contract between myself and Macy's. And let me see if I can find the picture here because I'd love to show you guys a picture. Contract between myself and Macy's, and they had to fulfill it, right? Because if not, they still owed me the money no matter what. And so they were like, yeah, we found a place for you to go and play, but it's going to be on Saturday afternoon. And I was like, okay, cool. I can do Saturday. So I ended up going, and let me show you a picture of me DJing in Macy's. There I am with the holiday spirit. The people are shopping behind me. And I have another picture here of the actual setup that I have, which you can see here. I was at the makeup counter this year, so I'm like DJing at the makeup counter, which was kind of funny. Anyway, so they had to pay me, so I ended up doing that, which was fine. That was Saturday. And then Sunday, I got a last-minute request to do a Christmas brunch. I had to DJ a Christmas brunch Sunday. Keep in mind that I had to work both Saturday and Sunday night as well. So I worked 5 hours at Macy's on Saturday. I left, worked 5 hours at the club that night, so 10 hours DJing on Saturday. I DJ'd a brunch for about 4 hours on Sunday afternoon, and then I DJ'd last night for about 4.5, 5 hours. So almost 9 hours on yesterday. And then on Friday, I had a Christmas party that I was DJing for in the evening, and then I had to DJ Friday night. So this weekend was completely done. I was supposed to have my D&D group tonight, but I was like, I can't do it. I'm too tired because I'm the DM, and I'm like, I don't feel like doing that after everything that happened. Matter of fact, all my lights back here are off because I had to break down my DJ setup to take some of this with me, and I haven't even felt like, putting it back together yet. So all my little lights back here are turned off. But I'm not mad. It was good money, and in today's economy, I will take what I can get. So that was very good. And then next week is going to be crazy. It's New Year's Eve. So I'm working on Wednesday for a New Year's Eve event. So that's going to be wild. It's hard to believe we're almost in 2026.
I know. It's crazy.
That is pretty crazy to me. But yeah, so very, very busy. Did you have a busy weekend or was it a chill weekend? Oh, okay.
No. I mean, again, I do retail. So
Yeah.
retail and Christmas, we had, two of our coworkers are sick. So they've been out. One decided to get himself fired. He decided not to show up 3 days in the week on the week of Christmas.
Right.
So it's kind of been like, out of 6 of the coworkers, there's been like 3 of us there this week. So that's been crazy. But somehow I have the next like 4 days off. So I get the like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Retail, that's rare. Like you don't get that like around the holidays. So it was like I looked at the schedule. I was like, is this right? Is this the right thing? They're like, yeah, we booked everyone out. I was like, all right, I got lucky this year. But no, I'm incredibly grateful. So now I'm done until Saturday. So I am. Right. I'm so happy.
So that's so that's good for you. Like you can literally just spend every day making nonstop content for YouTube now.
Oh,
every day.
Yeah.
I'm excited because here's the situation with our family. So half of our family thing is going to be on Wednesday, right, on Christmas Eve. And the other half is going to be on Friday because some people can't get here on Thursday. So guess what I get to do on Thursday all day long?
What?
Stranger Things. We get to watch the whole Stranger Things without. So our Christmas day is actually going to be watching Stranger Things. So I'm super excited about that.
Well, the episodes don't drop until like 8 p.m. But yes.
Yeah, but still, I don't have any obligations.
Yeah.
So that'll be fine. Plus, I think they said the 4th episode is 2 hours long. So it's like it's like an hour and some change for what is it, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 is 2 hours. So
8's next week though. Like 8's on New Year's Eve, I think. But yeah.
So
crazy stuff.
That is pretty crazy. But anyway, well, I was trying to give a few people a chance to get in here. We're coming up on 10 minutes after the hour, or after the half hour. I did want to talk for a second about. Hold on. We did have someone else jump in the green room here. Who has arrived? Jake has arrived. You're all for early tonight, Jake. Normally you get here about 20 minutes after the hour.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
I didn't say it was bad. It's an observation.
Oh, by the way, do you know what I have tonight, Eric?
What's that?
Your favorite thing. Got some pizza.
Oh my God.
Oh, nice. Actually, I had some of that earlier.
What kind? Is it home pizza or delivery pizza?
It's like store bought. It's like an Aldi's brand. I don't know if you guys know that are on there, but it's like
those are brand. Those are good though.
Mm-hmm. Hey, there's nothing wrong with store bought.
No, they're good.
Matter of fact, let's do some super chats here since we got a couple of them already.
No, Tony, it's not. This is a vanilla latte. He asked if it was hot chocolate.
Oh, okay. All right, Silhouetted Animator with a $5 super chat says, regarding the Captain Adam Creature Commando Season 2 news, it's not really news, by the way. I want to point out that it's not really news.
It didn't exactly blow up.
Yeah, how much will you bet he gets his powers via the QUC since his powers are quantum-based? Before we get too excited about this, I double-checked all this before we started because it was going to be one of my main topics, but it seems like Nexus Point News is the start of this rumor without any citations. So unless there's something else that's come up over the last couple days, I would chalk this up as being just kind of a random rumor and not necessarily news. Has anybody seen anything? Again, I've been busy this weekend, so the last thing I did was I checked up on that, and I didn't see anything substantial.
I didn't fact check it. I saw it come out, and I was like, oh, "That's random. That's a weird character to throw in there." So it makes sense it was bullshit.
Yeah. Usually, when a Twitter account is citing itself as its source, I just kind of don't think too much about it. It could be true. Look, I'd be excited to see him on the show.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not going to do too much speculating on this quote unquote news right now.
Did you see what I sent you earlier?
On Discord?
Yeah. I don't know if you already had one picked tonight, but
I didn't. It literally just popped up for me, like as I.
Wow. I was to say I sent that like
as I opened Discord. Yeah, I literally just opened Discord and it literally popped up as I opened Discord, so it didn't alert me at all. But no, I didn't have anything planned yet, so we'll see. Silhouette Animator with the $5 super chat says, my apartment neighbor on the other side of my wall literally snores so disgustingly and loud. Earplugs can't hide the sound. It's every night. That's crazy.
I can kind of relate to that, though. I mean, one of the first places I lived in, we literally had neighbors either in the building beside me or above me that would snore like bears. So
it's
I get it.
Also bad planning on the designer's part, for the architect's part, for putting bedroom walls up against each other. Like, if you look like they would, one of the rule of thumbs I've seen with like modern design is if you're going to flip an apartment, you flip it completely.
Right.
So that the bedrooms are always like catty corner to each other.
Right. Because like say this was an apartment here, there would not be a bedroom on the other side of this wall. It would be on the other side of this wall that you can't see that I'm pointing at. Yeah,
it would either be a bathroom or a living area, usually. Yeah. So I'm sorry to hear that. That really sucks, Silhouette Animator. We have a member chat here. Oh, what was that?
I was just gonna say, like, that feels like a good like transition to like some sponsorship with an ear with like a headphone brand or whatever.
Right, noise canceling headphone or something.
Yeah,
these will keep your ears warm and block out all the noise this Christmas.
Naruto here, member for 45 months. Thank you so much, Naruto, for your continued support. It's the end of an era. One Piece is transitioning from a continuous anime to a seasonal anime. New season starts in April. It's been continuous for how long now? Like 10 years, something like that. It's been a long continuous anime for a while.
What does that mean for someone who doesn't watch
no
anime?
Seasons. It's out all year long. There's no seasons.
Okay. So now one time a year. Then
yes.
Like, okay.
Right. So before, imagine if X-Men 97 just went on like all year round.
Okay.
With minimal breaks. That's kind of what One Piece was.
Gotcha.
Initially. Billion years, basically, Fetman says. So now it's going to seasonal, which means you'll get like a season a year instead of like, or maybe 2 seasons a year. I don't know. But seasonal typically means it's allocated to one part of the year. Season 1 was 1,150 episodes long. Wow. So 1999, the show was weekly since 1999 as an anime.
Crazy stuff.
That's wild.
They need a break.
Yeah, for sure.
Burnout.
All right, so we got that cleared up now. It is a 5 super chat goal for both channels. You guys know it's any tier. We're 2 out of 5 on Reloaded. We're 0 out of 5 on Debunks, but we still got a while to go, so we'll see if we get there. Let's see. Like I said, Thursday is going to be a lot of these, a lot of the things that people have voted on. We're going to do, anybody that shows up, we're going to do a bunch of them on Thursday. So
if you need like a reference for those, I have them written down.
Well, we might do that while we're doing them. You can be like, oh, well, this is the one we were doing, whatever. I'm going to be spinning that wheel so much on Thursday. It's going to be hilarious.
All right. Yeah, I can just like read them off and then you can put them in there.
Yeah. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about, let me go ahead and drop a bookmark here just in case. We have Avatar, Fire and Ash, Avatar 3 right now in theaters. Came out last week. I've already seen it once. I think we're going to see it again this week with some family members. Has anybody else seen it yet or planning on seeing it? I'm not going to talk about the story of the movie. We're just going to talk about the box office anyway, but I'm just curious if anybody has seen it.
Haven't seen it yet. No idea when I will.
Right. Darren's AFK, I think. So wait for him to get back. I still think it's my favorite one out of the 3 of them. So my order would be 3, 1, 2. That's kind of how I feel. But we do have this bit of information over here. This is from Luis Fernando, someone that I quite enjoy their post on Twitter. It's one of the lights in the dark, where he just basically gives information and doesn't really get into too much of the culture war stuff or anything like that.
I mean, he doesn't spin information to fit his own narrative? That's a rarity.
No, he just drops information for people. So very rarely does he get back. He goes into back and forth with anybody. All right. So right now, the domestic opening weekend for Avatar Fire and Ash has been 88 million, which is a little bit lower than Way of the Water, which was 134 million domestic. It's actually in between 1 and 3, or it's in between 1 and itself, right? So Way of the Water was 134 million domestic, and Avatar, the first Avatar, was 77 million, and it came in around 88 million. But I do think it's important to understand there's 2 things to think about when we're talking about this number. One is we waited a very long time for the sequel to Avatar.
Yeah.
So Way of the Water had much more anticipation behind it.
Yeah.
Secondly, the box office was in a different place than it is now.
And the third movie was only a 3-year turnaround from 2 to 3.
Yeah. Which isn't really a statement about quality. I think the movie, like I said, I think 3 is really good quality. I think it really is about the fact that there was just much more anticipation for this movie coming back, since 2009. It's also the second biggest global opening of 2025 with 345 million over one weekend globally. So it's already coming up on its actual production budget. Which if estimated production budget, because again, we don't know for sure. But
look at that super chat.
Yeah, so many animated with the $2 super chat. Avatar 4, The Breaking of the Wind in 2029.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, let me pull that up on screen. That's pretty hilarious.
There was a Twilight parody that released years ago. Instead of Breaking Dawn, it was Breaking Wind.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Also, it seems to be it's still fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it's sitting at around 68% last time I checked.
Ooh, okay, yeah. I mean that's low, but it's not bad.
I'll be honest. I'm surprised that the other ones were higher than like the 60s and 70s. No offense, I enjoy the movies, but the scores for them actually felt a little high in my opinion. I think between 65 and 75 is where I would have put most of the Avatar movies, in my opinion. But yeah, look, even though Fire and Ash didn't open as big as Way of the Water, it still delivered, one of the biggest openings this year in 2025. Most critics praise the visuals, but say the story repeats familiar beats. Now, I will say this without spoiling it. I won't tell you the details. But the third act of this movie is almost the same as the third act of the second movie. I mean, it really is almost an identical scenario. But I won't get into specifics. I'll just say that it is a very similar third act. I did want to look up. Hold on for a second. Where is? Hold on.
Chris, how dare you? That's blasphemy.
What?
Hashtag the Avatar Airbender 2010 is peak Avatar.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not even close.
Oh, wow. So I was just checking out Zootopia. You guys, this is going crazy. It's at 1.3 billion right now. It's the fastest PG film ever to reach $1 billion. It's Disney's highest grossing release of 2025 and the top Hollywood film of the year globally. It's on track to be one of the few films to ever earn 1 billion internationally alone, meaning that it's on, I think it's 990 million right now, which means it will definitely hit $1 billion internationally. Any thoughts on that, Darren?
I mean, I feel like I've said it for like 3 weeks straight now. It's just like, yeah, I think it'll make the 2 billion. Like, again, we're just not like, I'm curious how it's going to look this weekend. Because we're now in Christmas week. We're now in Christmas weekend. How does it do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even Monday? Because kids are off school right now. Any parents that missed it during Thanksgiving weekend are now going to take them now. Or they might go again, right? They said, hey, we saw this last time, but we maybe don't want to see SpongeBob. We want to see this, and so it's very possible. I think it's good. I think it's good for just animated movies. Like, is it a sequel? Yes, it's a sequel, and that's going to look good for the sequel trade for Disney. But it is an animated movie. Anytime an animated movie does well at the box office, that is good for all the entire medium of animation. And it tells Hollywood animated movies can do well at the box office. It can do well, and they may be more interested to be like, yeah, we'll greenlight more stuff. We'll do more stuff.
We looked at the list last week, though. The top 10 movies of this year, like several of them are animated movies. Most of the top 5 are either animated or family films. So,
and the director already said they're kind of in talks for a 3. Like they're already talking about the third one, which, of course, it made how much money? Like it makes sense. I'm actually shocked. I'm shocked Moana 3 isn't greenlit yet because that made $1 billion last year. I'm also shocked Inside Out 3 hasn't been greenlit yet. I guarantee there's at least talking about it. Like, even if it's not officially announced, I bet they're doing some stuff for it because why wouldn't they? It's money. It's printing free money, so.
There was a comment up here I wanted to address, and then we'll do the super chats. CK Smith goes, off topic, what are your thoughts on Kino Flex's response to your Critical Drinker video on Predator Badlands? The fact that so many people, and when I say so many, at least 4 channels now that I'm counting, have talked about me dismantling Critical Drinker's Predator review means that I got under people's skin because I was telling the truth. And people typically get the most triggered when they're presented with the truth. So the fact that a lot of these channels thought that they were going to try and break down me just going, hey, this thing you said happened in the movie didn't happen. And somehow that's an own or something. I don't know.
You just show all the responses, be like, look, kids, I'm famous.
Well, I mean, it's just weird, like, talking about the fact that it's turned into a girl brand, which is absolutely false, that the planets look the same, which is absolutely false. There's so many things that Critical Drinker said in his video that are just wrong. And it was very easy for me to, like, point out the inconsistencies in the video. But I don't know if Predator... Like, I'll be honest, I don't know if Predator Badlands is topical enough for people to even give a shit anymore. I mean, I might, when I do a live stream, and I'm going to do some reaction live streams in the new year, I might go back and watch streams of people reacting to my stuff. But I don't really have a lot to add. Like these are guys who I think just want the attention of these larger channels. They want to look good to these larger channels. So they're trying to come after me. And I'm a relatively small channel compared to these channels with millions of subscribers. So, you know, it's fine. They can do whatever they got to do. Whatever you got to do. I don't care.
Whatever they
I don't get offended by people reacting to me. So,
whatever they got to do to feel good about themselves.
Yeah. Well, we looked at that one, Breaking the Wind. Land Shark says, so no Sprite cranberry this week. Hell no. That stuff was so gross. I tried it last year and it was awful.
It sounds disgusting.
It's so bad. Well, it's not even look, I like cranberry and I like Sprite, but it's like a spiced cranberry. So it tastes like, it honestly tastes like a mixer for a drink to me. Like something you would mix with an alcoholic beverage. And I just drank it by itself and it was awful. It was so bad.
You want to know what a good mixer for alcohol is? I said you want to know what a good mixer for alcohol is?
What's that?
Have you ever had the Berry Blend V8?
Mm-mm.
So give that a try. That is a really good mix, especially if you have something like a strong vodka. They go really well together.
Yeah. And so what an anime with the $2 super chat says, don't underestimate furries. I think that's in reference to Zootopia.
I'm guessing so. I haven't seen the movie.
I mean,
Darren sent me a thing today because.
Wait.
Huh?
He sent you what? We're talking about furries. What did he send you?
No. I just thought of this. I said I haven't seen Zootopia, and he sent me a thing because Puss in Boots 2 released 3 years ago today, and Darren's like, "You're late. You haven't seen it." I'm like, "Eventually, I'll get there."
Oh, you still haven't seen Puss in Boots?
2, I haven't.
Oh.
Eventually, I'll get there. He's been hyping it up, so it better be worth it.
Silhouette Animated here with a $5 super chat. Ever saw the Sprite commercial from the early 2000s where the wrestler Sting beats the crap out of a kid? Yeah, I mean, I've seen those commercials are really funny.
Oh my god. Yeah, I remember that. Wow. Oh, I haven't seen that in so long.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Pretty funny. I miss the old school. Like, honestly, I'm pretty ashamed to say this, but I've actually gone on YouTube and found like nonstop 90s commercials or whatever, 2000s commercials, and I'll just watch them in the background sometimes when I'm doing stuff because I like miss it. I'm like, I miss these commercials now.
Pull up Chris's comment.
Let's see.
Uh-oh. The blasphemy?
You're gonna tell me my thing is blasphemy when not 5 minutes ago you said 2010 Last Airbender was peak?
In fairness, I do think they were trolling.
Oh yeah, no, I know. And this is me doing the same thing. I'm totally messing around too.
And So JYCV here goes, and the Chuds thought woke movies won't make money. Well, look at Zootopia 2. Well, according to them, Disney is dying, even though it's the #1 film franchise in the world this year. But apparently they're dying.
By the way, Zootopia 2 is very woke. It is so unbelievably woke, and that's a great thing. I love it. But
it's... Go ahead.
That takes me back to like Guardians. When like Guardians 3 came out and like they were like finally a like non-woke Marvel movie. It's like, did we watch the same movie? Probably one of their wokest movie. Like it is probably like they made that movie to send a message, and it's a good thing. I like it. It's a very good message. I'm happy about it. But like it's so weird for them to be like, oh, finally they got out of it. It's like, guys,
it's been there since the 90s.
So weird.
Let's see here. Hold on.
Anybody who tries to pretend that something like X-Men was never woke has no idea what it is. Oh, we got an attractive gentleman down there in the chat.
Oh, I see.
I'm not in the chat.
I said an attractive. No, I'm kidding. Kidding.
Hold on. Somebody sent me something.
Oh no. I like how we both immediately went, oh no.
What the hell? All right, hold on.
What? Should we be worried?
No. It's just I'm trying to figure out. It was right after the comment that was made about the commercials. Someone sent me something on Discord. All right. They said watch a couple of these. All right, well we'll do it. I don't think it's going to be a copyright thing.
You sure?
Well, yeah. These are commercials from the '60s. The commercials in general aren't really copyrighted.
Oh, right.
All right. So this is 50 old commercials that would be politically incorrect today. All right.
Okay.
This flat tire needs a man, but when there's no man around.
I remember this.
What is this music?
When there's no man around, Goodyear should be. Why? Watch this. New Goodyear Double Eagle carries its own spare inside. Lifeguard safety spare. A tire in a tire. Keeps on going. Next time, give her a second chance.
Give her a second chance. All right, thoughts on that?
They would reuse that commercial. You're muted, Darren. They would reuse that commercial in a lot of different, they would attach it to a lot of different, like movies and TVs before they would air specials. Because even though like that commercial is older, like a good bit older than I am, they still attach that commercial to several things I would see on TV. I would see that commercial so often before, like my granddad would watch Gunsmoke a lot. Like that old Western show, and I would always see that commercial, so I remembered that.
I'm afraid for this one, just looking at what this says, the Kool-Aid Kids in Japan, I'm absolutely afraid of what this is going to be.
I don't know if I remember this one.
All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah.
Oh, God.
The Kool-Aid Kids in old Japan rode rickshaws everywhere. But when the kids sat down to eat, they sure did miss their favorite treat. Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, tastes great. Wish we had some, can't wait. A story man who heard the kids then clapped his hands and said,
Hi, Kool-Aid keeps me very wise. Stand by, please, for big surprise.
Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, so great. Once you tried it, no can wait.
Honorable Kool-Aid, most refreshing, much loved by whole family. Father, mother, Japanese boy, Japanese girl, a package make two.
What?
I said now we're laughing.
This is hysterically bad. Like, what the fuck? All right,
if you guys have seen the studio, this is hilarious.
All right, we're gonna skip ahead. How do you want to know? Hold on.
Oh man.
Tonight, right after Animal House, Eric Estrada and Howard Hessman meet the Dream Girls.
Hi.
Of every man's fantasy.
I'll just knock you dead.
Morgan Fairchild, Linda Carter, Kathy Lee Crosby.
Not Linda
Victoria
Carter!
Fairborn,
Carter!
Much, much more. They're the sexiest super ladies on the scene. They're the women who rate a 10 later tonight.
Oh no, is this
This is the story of the little bull who wanted to sing, but sing in a special way. His ambition was to sing in the Bull of the Woods Quartet.
Rich and mild. No, you must sing deeper.
Rich and mild.
You see, Bull of the Woods chewing tobacco is rich. It's mild.
You know what's freaking me out is the faces on these cows. Why do they look so like Uncanny Valley to me?
Yeah.
They look like people. It's weird.
Too. And your voice must express that mildness. Rich and mild. Deeper. Rich and mild. Fuller.
And so the little bull worked and sang and kept singing. His voice got richer and fuller and sweet as Bull of the Woods chewing tobacco, until that great day when he got his wish. Bull of the Woods, chewing tobacco. Bull of the Woods, chewing tobacco. Bull of the Woods,
It's commercial.
lonely filler can't be beat. Rich and mild, chewing tobacco.
The milk?
Yeah, I don't know.
You run your mill with the same kind of skill that's been passed through your family to you. You're the
I just want to say this might get a copyright claim because I don't know if this is a real song or not.
These
Like,
guys
it's a-
sound like
song.
they could sing a different song.
But I will say I'm afraid of where this ad is going. If it's not supposed to be politically correct, I fear
I'm
what
terrified.
direction we're heading.
kind of a man who likes to work with his hands. Beech
Careful,
nuts the
Eric.
tobacco you chew. Beech nuts the tobacco you chew, and it's been that way, father and son, for a long time. Beech nuts smoother, moister, more delicious. Try it. Yeah, beech nuts the tobacco you chew.
Yeah, let's just, yeah,
I think
okay.
that was just the fact it's chewing tobacco commercial because
Yeah.
like I don't think you don't see cigarette ads or anything like that
No.
anymore. So Oh, Flintstones.
Oh man.
They sure work hard, don't they, Barney? Yeah? I hate to see them work so hard. Yeah, me too. Let's go around back where we can't see them.
What?
Gee, we ought to do something, Fred.
Wait, what? Hold on.
That's crazy.
That's messed up.
I don't remember this one. Is
All
this one where they smoke a cigarette? I think that's what this is, right? Don't they smoke on
Yes.
this one?
Yes.
Oh my god. Let's go around back so we can't see them.
God.
Okay? How's about taking a nap? I got a better idea. Let's take a Winston break. That's it! Winston is the one filter cigarette that delivers flavor 20 times a pack. Winston's got that filter blend. Yeah, Fred. Filter blend makes a big taste difference, and only Winston has it.
That's so
front where it
cursed.
counts. Here. Ahead of
Why are the
pure white
cigarettes the
filter.
size of fucking
Winston packs rich tobacco
baseball
specially
bats?
selected and specially processed for good flavor in filter smoking. Yeah, Barney, Winston tastes good like cigarette chew.
Oh my god. Is this another one? Or is it the same one?
The Flintstones have been brought to you by Winston.
The whole episode was brought to you by Winston Cigarettes?
Yes.
Selling fast
Big
tasting
caveman are
filter
most
cigarettes.
friends.
Tastes good like a cigarette should.
Oh no, not she's smoking too? Oh no, not the Winston side.
I bought the fresh stick,
We're
just
live
as you
action
told
again.
me. You're absolutely right. It's neat
Paula?
and quick, and it goes on dry. It did make me feel cool and sweet, just as you said. I did everything you said, but my boss still hasn't asked me to lunch.
Unlike some.
What?
No.
Your boss didn't ask you to lunch because of your chewing gum?
Well, ask him.
Why would that be necessary? And why are you worried about your boss? Hold on. They were definitely built different. in the
Unsafe.
60s.
HR needs to be alerted
Yeah.
immediately.
deodorants, Fresh doesn't guarantee you'll get ahead in business. All Fresh does is keep you fresh.
When you think of it, that's quite a lot.
Ahead in business,
deodorant?
huh?
Oh my
Ahead
God.
in business.
What's wrong?
That's
Oh, it's
crazy.
your coffee again. The desk sergeant at the station makes...
Oh, hold on. He said it's your coffee again. He's blaming her. Hold on. We gotta.
What?
Oh, no.
What's wrong?
Oh, it's your coffee again.
Oh
The desk
God.
sergeant at the station makes better coffee than this.
Ed, really?
Sorry, honey. But your coffee tastes terrible.
Mr. McGregor, please.
What the fuck? These were real commercials.
You guys caught what they said, right? Ahead in business.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
I'd be
shit.
like, well, make your own damn coffee.
I know. Like I would like if it wasn't hot. Well, I would throw it on it probably, but not when it's warm though. Not when it's warm.
Help me.
Carol, what's the matter?
My coffee. Ed says he gets better coffee at the police station.
Is that a euphemism?
At the
Honey, I
police
get better
station.
coffee at the
I
police
think
station.
that might be a euphemism.
What do you mean to get better coffee? Well, you know what I mean. Better coffee.
Why are you at the police station?
I think he was a police
Because
officer.
they have all the fresh donuts, Darren.
Wasn't he a police officer? The guy in the beginning?
I didn't know this. It's
yeah.
black and white. I couldn't tell.
Why not try new Instant Folgers?
Instant Folgers?
No, I said new Instant Folgers, Carol. Tastes good as fresh pert, because
Cool,
it's made
that's
from fresh pert coffee. Then they actually turn that fresh pert coffee into new Instant Folgers.
Tastes good as fresh perks because it is. Fresh perks. Mr. McGregor, I'll try it.
Hey, the Sarge never made coffee like this.
New Instant Folgers taste good as fresh perks.
I like it better.
Try new Instant Folgers. Tastes
Okay.
good.
You know what I just had a flashback to?
What's that?
Anybody on the panel or the chat watched I Love Lucy?
Yes, I watched it before.
Remember when she was promoting the Vitamita Vegemin?
Oh yeah,
thing?
yeah.
And she keeps getting progressively drunk and can't say it.
Yeah.
I just had a flashback to that. Oh man.
Someone
As
brought it up
fresh
in
fruit.
chat, but Folgers does have a really bad like commercial history. Have you guys seen like the incest?
Yes, the one that came out like
yeah,
last
yeah,
year, or
yeah,
the year before. Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
That's bad.
So what I find really funny is that he's acting like making this coffee required a lot of work. You know what I mean? Like this was the instant coffee was the era of like not having to do a ton of work to make coffee. It's even less now with the coffee cups. So
Because it is.
Good morning.
Oh, I remember this one.
Morning, sweetie birdie.
I remember this one.
I'm out of coffee.
another coffee commercial.
Coffee.
Isn't that wonderful? Out of coffee.
What a time to run out. And why run out? Now there's a new
Why don't
giant-sized
let him
Instant
get it?
Maxwell House. A
Why are you doing
really big jar of coffee. New giant-sized Instant Maxwell House gives you cups and cups and cups. Dozens of extra cups of the coffee with that warm bean flavor. Warm bean flavor because it's made from coffee beans still warm from roasting. That's why new Instant Maxwell House is the freshest tasting coffee yet. So to make sure you've always got plenty of coffee for the man in your house.
I've also noticed these coffee cups are weird. Like who drinks coffee out of those kinds of coffee cups?
For the
anymore?
man.
Yeah, for the man in your house.
What is
Yeah.
you? Why
For the
can't you have
man.
Coffee? Because coffees
let's-
are just for the men.
Right,
What makes
here we
you have
go.
Coffee?
Let's see what
Yeah,
this is.
Derek.
So to make
Come
sure
on.
you've always got plenty of coffee for the man in your house, get the new giant-size Instant Maxwell House. You won't have to run out again.
By the way, I want to point out that the man of the house is the one that had a meltdown. I just want to point that out. Like, this whole idea of these macho masculine guys that are supposed to be doing all these things, he's the one that had a meltdown because she ran out of coffee. But I say she ran out of coffee, I mean, neither one of them noticed that the coffee was out. Oh no. Oh no.
Your squad is ready
Oh,
for
no.
you to...
Not
Oh, yeah,
child
we're-
soldiers.
We're going to skip this commercial because I have a feeling this would be really bad.
Yeah, that's
So we're gonna
probably
skip over
very-
that.
That's probably going to be cursed.
Yeah, that's a curse clip.
Oh my god.
We're not watching that one.
Topper.
I'm Caroline. Try me. I'll take you on a trip you'll never forget. I'll bring you your lunch. I'll hang up your coat for you and let you watch movies. I'll take your little old mind off flying. By the time I've finished, you won't even know you've been on an airplane. Cause that's exactly what will have happened. Cause I work in Acme Car Wash as a hostess. So come on down to Acme. And while your car is being washed, let little old Caroline clean you out too.
Oh my
What? What?
Oh.
This does feel like a hostage video.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Buy me dinner for
Oh no. All right.
And while you're there, how about a hot wax?
Oh.
I heard you want to be a frito bandido like me. You do? Then you must sing the bandido song.
Oh, and Rodent has arrived.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
You guys are like, hey, let's get Ronan here. He's into the Latin culture, and let's just play him.
Somebody sent me a little like 14-minute video of politically incorrect commercials from the 50s and 60s, and like,
What is this?
It's I don't know. It just started when you popped in. I have no idea. This is one of the random ones that are in the video. Let's see what it is.
Oh,
Papa
Ronan,
Joe's
sorry.
Yeah.
I did not even see your message, Ronan. Sorry. It only
Let's
been
sing
like half an
together.
hour at that point.
Together. You just follow the bouncing Fritos corn chips bag.
Fritos.
Ay, 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 ay. I am the Frito Bandido.
Jesus.
I like Fritos corn chips. I love them, I do. I want Fritos corn chips. I'll get them from you. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, I am the Frito Bandido.
What the fuck?
This is
Give me
horrible.
Fritos corn chips and I'll be your friend. The Frito Bandido, you must not offend. Now, boys
What the
and girls,
hell?
you are
You
Frito
must not
Bandidos too.
The nerve of them saying not to offend in this video is crazy.
Man.
I
This is
cannot
crazy.
stress how incredible it is.
So
he
that
came
is-
at the exact
So
moment.
for specifically Mexicans, anybody of Mexican heritage, that's a riff on Cielito Lindo. That's an infamous song. That hell, you might even hear when you go visit like a drunken family or like a drunken bar with a bunch of Mexicans. You'll hear people singing that song. This is a riff on that. What the fuck,
Oh.
Fritos?
Yeah.
Ronan, I'm
Crazy.
sorry. Like, this is cursed, but there was no better time for you to arrive.
That's so funny. You happen to hop in here.
We're almost done with these cursed videos. I'm so intrigued now. I'm invested.
You sing the
Oh my-
Frito Bandido song, and you loco for crunchy Fritos
What?
corn chips. That's nice.
This is terrible.
Munchy bunchy Fritos corn chips.
Jesus.
Howdy!
Oh God!
The name?
What the hell?
Grape. Now, why they call me Goofy, I don't know. Yes, sir. I'm one of the new funny-faced drinks from Pillsbury.
Funny faces, fancy drinks.
What did I say,
One
Chris?
of the
What happened?
Chris is saying, Jake, you bastard. What did I do?
Is
I
that
don't
Jim Cummings?
know.
That is...
Like,
No, that's not Jim
No?
Cummings.
no, okay.
No.
new funny-faced drinks. Here's what you do. You pour me into a pitcher, add water.
It's just
Don't
Kool-Aid.
I'm already sweet when you
It's just
find
Kool-Aid.
me. You can drink all you want. Mom won't mind. 'Cause look, Mom, I'm pre-sweetened without sugar. And so are my friends. Injun Orange. Oh. Rootin' Tootin'
So are
Raspberry.
my friends.
Wait, did it say Engine Orange?
Yes.
What is that, John Wayne?
Is that you, John Wayne? Is this me?
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Freckle-faced strawberry.
Hi.
Chinese cherry.
Oh.
What
Okay,
the
well, okay.
actual fuck?
Okay, 1, that's cursed. 2, perfect freeze frame.
And loudmouth lime. Hello, hello, hello. Look for us at your store. Funny face drinks from Pillsbury.
Funny faces, fancy drinks.
We're sweet without sugar. So no sugar mess.
Drink. This is very good drink.
Oh no! Look, I already.
Did you hear that last line? Did you hear that last line?
What?
Said we're sweet without sugar, so there's no sugar mess. Oh, that's a really bad innuendo.
Oh my God, we're almost done, but this is going to be another bad one. I just, these are all cursed. We had to skip.
Oh my God.
You missed it, Ronan. We had to skip one where it was like a bunch of kids with toy rifles. I was like, I'm not watching this one.
Yeah,
we'll get in trouble.
bad idea.
The NRA commercial?
Yeah.
Today, so I have exciting story to tell about beautiful new Ford Mustang car. And inside the car, boy and mother and...
I'm trying to understand the reason they have this person talking about an American car. It can't be an overseas commercial because it's in English. So I don't...
God. Shopping bag. And inside bag, box of post-rice crinkles. And inside box of post-rice crinkles?
Wow, Mom. Boy, oh boy. There's a Mustang car inside the Rice Crinkles.
Oh, no, dear, the Rice Crinkles are inside our Mustang.
But there is a Mustang inside the Rice Crinkles.
Oh, there is a Mustang inside the Rice Crinkles.
I really hope that my realization of why they had some sort of I'm assuming Chinese man at the beginning of this is because it's called Rice Crinkles. Is that the only reason that person was there? Or am I just completely lost on...
I think the
rice thing is the only thing they're going off of.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm saying that's a pretty bad...
Oh, it is.
I agree, but yeah.
A Mustang, just like ours.
And so, sugary rice crinkles give happy ending to story. Boy, get Mustang? You do too. Inside Post Rice Crinkles. Collect them.
And it's not even an international brand. It's Post. So it's like, what are we doing?
Man, this is
convertible, hardtop,
way
and
to round out the
fastback.
year.
Race with your friends. You go vroom vroom when you get Mustang car free inside Post Rice Crinkles.
No.
I can't type. I don't take dictation.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh no.
I can't file. My boss calls me indispensable.
Like, so what do you do? Like, is this what they thought women were back then? She can't do anything? She's incapable of doing anything.
These are Republicans' wet dreams right here. That is like...
My God.
Go in the kitchen.
And she's happy to say it. Sandwich. She's smiling. Thank God I got this commercial. Like, holy shit.
I'm glad that went unheard.
Miss Jones.
Just a minute.
Will you make a copy of this?
Naturally.
You wearing a skirt?
Button on the Xerox 914.
Why are you dressed like that in the workplace? This is unethical.
I make perfect copies of whatever my boss needs by just turning a knob and pushing a button. Anything he can see, I can copy in black and white on ordinary paper. And am I fast? I can make 7 copies in a minute. By the way,
are you selling? Look, are you selling this product or what are you selling? And I'm fast.
I think they're selling themselves.
What? And I'm fast?
They said they're fast, so they're clearly selling themselves.
This is crazy. Y'all can't tell me that, like, women of today, the stuff they had to deal with back then, like, it's important. Look, as cringe as this is, it's important to look at it to remind us of, like, where we were, like, 70 years ago.
Yeah, look at how far we've evolved.
Well, I mean, like even that, like even by today's standards, like there's many people that consider this to be the golden standard. People that want to go back to this. It's
yeah, exactly.
This is my America.
Like it's very easy to watch those old movies and be like, oh yeah, it was such a simpler time. But like, look at what people were seeing back then. Like,
I actually think commercials are a better snapshot of a period of time than a movie or a TV show.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the commercials are speaking directly to consumers, which means they were designed to act and behave like people would in that era.
Yeah.
I never need wet chemicals. My 914 is a dry machine.
What?
Powder dry.
They knew what they were
Sometimes my
doing.
boss asks me which is the original. And sometimes I don't know. Here, Mr. Smith, I'm going to lunch with Mother.
They gave him like the most white racist name too.
Bro.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen anyone try to make copying paper sensual. Like, what the hell?
All right.
Well,
what do we got? I think this might be the last one, guys. So
Yeah, there's a minute left.
We made it through almost. Actually, this might be. They might have saved the worst one for last. So we'll see.
The working day out here stretches from sunup to sundown. But there's always time for a Marlboro.
Another cigarette commercial.
A cigarette that gives you flavor, rich and full.
I'm worried.
You get a lot.
You know, there was really interesting the combination of when they advertise cigarettes this way. They're connecting it with like extreme masculinity.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the most
As if women
rugged
didn't
jobs
smoke.
possible. We want you to smoke while you're out being active and destroying your lungs at the same time.
They were doing that also as if women didn't smoke.
Right.
It's interesting to see like the evolution of that too, because like you don't see them advertised anymore. Good. I think that's a good thing. I think it's good that we're not actively pushing that so much. But like, it is interesting to see how like normalized that used to be.
Yeah.
How, like, it's just what people do. Like, like of course you're doing that.
It was a part of the culture.
Yeah.
Like it's sad. Like I always, when I read books or see movies or shows about that era, and someone's quote unquote ahead of the curve, and they're like they choose to smoke pot over to smoking tobacco on like 2 packs of cigarettes a day, I get props. I'm like, hey man, that was at that time that was the taboo thing. Ooh, pot. I was like, hey man, that guy's gonna live longer than all the cool cats in that era.
I mean, I'll be. Yeah, I'll get into this. Fuck it. There were a lot of there were a lot of crowds that yeah, you know, like I was influenced into doing that stuff. You know, like when I was in early 20s, and yeah, I got to the point where I was, you know, going through a pack a day. I'm surprised I'm still alive, honestly, with some of the shit we got into. But there was a lot of that stuff that was, you know, like you would look at it from, and especially depending on where you grew up, it would be, you know, it would either be more or less taboo depending on where you were. But people, it was so funny because you would have people that were like, there was no middle ground for this. They would either be like completely subtle and you would have to read into every word, or they would be as blatant as can be. And like there was no middle ground. There was no like, oh, maybe this is what they're saying. You either knew one way or the other. It was just a different time. Whereas like now I feel like, and you know, maybe I'm not 100% correct here, so you know, correct me if I'm not, but I feel like a lot of people around today's society, a lot of parents just don't give a shit anymore if their kids are doing that stuff. They just let them do whatever. Yeah, you know, some things, again, be clear, some things I wish would come back from the past, not everything.
Exactly. I concur with that because, again, I'm like, for example, I love noir. I love pulp novels and all that stuff. I love that, you know, old school James Bond, like Mickey Spillane, like detective stuff. I love that shit. But having said that, I know there's a lot of misogyny and a lot of like stuff into it there or not. And it's like, and some once in a while you'll find something that's just like a character who's just brutally bad. It doesn't matter about race, color, gender, whatnot. And I'm like, I can get with that. But then some stuff, I'm like, I don't want that stuff. Again, style wise, there's the way people dress a lot in that era that I appreciate and long for. There's music that I adore from that era. But like there's some stuff like the way socially we were, I'm like, I'm good. We don't need to go back to that. That I don't care how simple that picket fence was. That picket fence had scars behind it. Like I'm good.
I just put in a reference in the chat because of what Jeffrey asked me. I just put in a reference. I don't know if anyone gets that.
I think that was kind of a little bit part of the fun of that the new Fantastic Four movie. I had my issues with the movie, obviously, but like it was fun diving into this like alternate universe where it's like, okay, you get that 60s aesthetic, but like, hey, what if people were decent human beings in the 60s? And like, what if things didn't suck? It's like, yeah, okay, I wouldn't mind living in their version of like a 60s aesthetic. That could be kind of fun. Same thing with like Stranger Things, where it's like the like Duffer Brothers actively said like, well, we're going to pretend that our world is a slightly better one than the 80s actually was set in.
Right.
Which has pluses and minuses, but it's like I wouldn't want to live in the 80s, but that 80s maybe. Like, that feels like a better version.
And then that same sort of thing whenever you would see like all those alternate universes that they would visit in the flesh, it's like, oh, this might actually be more appealing to live in than our current real world.
Well, that was one of the things that a lot of the hate channels on YouTube got so mad about is when people are doing like period pieces, they decide what they want to keep and what they want to kick out.
It's fiction.
And they're like, it's not historically accurate. It's like, it's not real. It doesn't have to be. And I would argue back and forth with people in the comments about that. You know what I mean? It's like, if something is fictional, that means that you've already decided that it's not going to be historically accurate.
Yeah, some stuff is warranted.
There is a genre called historical fiction that a lot of these things are. Doesn't say historical nonfiction, doesn't say, biopic. So historical fiction means adapting pieces of history, but still telling a fictional story.
Right.
Yeah. And again, some stuff is warranted. I'm like, wait a minute, that wasn't the way. And like, I appreciate, like, whenever we watched the first 2 seasons of Stranger Things before Volume 1 or after Volume 1, I'll never forget I forget, it's probably season 3 when Nancy's trying to get like a better job at the newspaper, and they throw her just a coffee job, just the secretary to just go around, and they make fun of her. And at one point, she goes to her house and she lets it out with her mom and telling her how she feels. And her mom tells her, "Keep that spirit with you. Like, don't let it fade away." And I was like, I'm so glad that they didn't. That wasn't avoided. And again, I probably missed on it, but like I'm pretty sure they probably either tackle or they addressed the whole stuff with Lucas of how what it must feel like for him and his family to live in of all states, fucking Indiana, and how like they got extremely lucky that Hawkins, or at least that corner where he hangs out, they don't bat an eye when it comes to him, that they take him in.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's people that are like, it seems like most people are accepting, but like you still have the like Billies of the world where it's like, oh no, he sucks, and you have to watch out for him.
Yeah.
And like Stranger Things is diving more into it now. Like they've definitely dived more into the like LGBTQ plus areas, especially.
Yeah.
Recently. Oh no, that world still kind of sucks in those areas. Like it's still not, it's more taboo in that universe, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
Like even the first episode. Like remember when oh my gosh, Joyce, when she walked into fuck, I'm already forgetting his name. Jesus. Yeah, Hopper's office, and tells him about what her ex-husband used to call a will. And it's just like,
is he? Does that matter?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right, so we got some super chats here. Let's see where we stop at. Oh, Columbia Rican in the building. Good to see you. Curious if you think Netflix buys Warner Brothers, will we finally see the Korean horror-esque superhero movie The Witch Part 3? I don't know. A lot of people think there's a possibility we could see Batgirl, if Netflix buys Warner Brothers.
I mean, okay, so leaving, the if they do or if they don't aside, I've been saying that they should just release it at this point because A, what do you have to lose, really? Like, what do you have to lose? But also, if they really want to, make a stamp in the Elseworlds of it all, just, like, I don't think there's anything in there that ties into, like, other Batman or Superman. Like, the only thing that would be a carryover would be J.K. Simmons as Gordon, but you could easily explain that away. Just, say, like, hey, this is an Elseworlds thing or whatever, because, they clearly like to do their opening text explaining the world like you saw in Superman. So just say, like, in a world far, far away or whatever the hell. I just copied Star Wars, but you get my point. Just make it clear that it's an Elseworlds thing, because, I mean, from what Brendan Fraser said about that movie, he had the time of his life doing that, and I would like to see, like him and Leslie Grace together. Plus, it would have been another thing for Keaton as Batman. So, I think it was just a big missed opportunity that it was canceled, and it kind of set the precedent. Like since that movie did get canceled, because they canceled it, they set the precedent that they could do it again, which led people to say, "Oh, you canceled this, but not other movies." It was a whole mess.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with The Witch, Part 3, but that might be a possibility. All I ask right now, if this deal does fully go all the way, is have those photos of the Warner Brothers water tower being like sprayed on with like a big Netflix N. Is that real or is that just Photoshop or like AI?
That's fake. That's
Yeah. See, I don't want that. I'm like, Netflix, all right, you're the owner, fine, but don't denigrate the legacy of Warner Brothers, like the water tower and HBO. Like, don't do that. Like,
yeah.
I do think we need to wait a little bit before having these conversations.
I agree.
Like, now that they own this, we have to have this. I was like, all right, they haven't even technically sealed the deal yet. Like, I've had a bunch of people be like, oh, like now that it's under Netflix, Ben 10 can come back, and this, and it's like,
It's not under them yet. They accepted the deal. Things won't be finalized if it goes through, which there's always the chance that it might not. But if it does, it won't for months.
Well, we'll talk about like the most recent update very briefly after I read these super chats, because it's kind of in a situation now where they're trying to make their mind up. But Columbia Rican here with another $5 super chat says the Witch series is split off in different channels, which is weird. Part 1 is on Netflix. The Tyrant part, which is part of the series, is on Hulu, and part 2 is on Prime. But the thing is that this is sort of how Warner Brothers has things split up everywhere, as it is with Batman and all the other stuff. So, look, again, one of the perks of Netflix is that everything would be on Netflix. It would just, whatever is owned or distributed by Warner Brothers would just be on Netflix, unless they've got some sort of contractual obligation. Another $5 super chat here from Columbia Rican. As being half Colombian by blood, and my family are coffee drinkers, Maxwell House and Folgers are disgusting. Pylon and Bustelo is true and real coffee. I will go with your word on it. I'm not a big coffee person, so I wouldn't know.
I will side with you on Pylon. Never really experienced much Bustelo.
Yeah.
Never had any of them make coffee.
Yeah, I'm not a big coffee person, which is weird because I like coffee liqueur, but I don't like coffee.
Like tea.
I like frappuccinos. And the coffee ice cream. That's coffee that I'm gonna get. You know.
I also like coffee in cake sometimes. Like if they make a coffee cake.
Oh, like a tiramisu, yeah.
Yeah, those are good. Yeah. $4.99 super chat from
my niece just turned 11 a few days ago, and we gave her one of those for the first time. She had never heard of it, and the look on her face when she tried it, like one from how good it tasted, but also from the caffeine that was there, I thought she was going to start bouncing off the wall.
$4.99 super chat from Staggervore. Good to see you. Warner Brothers drama continues today, and it looks like Paramount is upping their game. The only difference right now is that there's one person on the board of directors for Warner Brothers. Where'd Darren go? There's one person on
coffee talk scared him away.
On Warner Brothers board of directors who wants to legitimately look at the Paramount numbers. And they're asking for Netflix to, I think, do something. I have to double check, but it's something in regards to like certifying the cash that was going to be put into it, I believe is what they're trying to do.
I hear you on that, Harrison. I didn't drink coffee like crazy. Like I really wasn't into it until I was about 18. But then when I went to college, that's when I started getting heavily into it. I was like, okay, there's no going back now. And I've kind of gotten to the point, like being at the point I am now, it's like I don't drink it for the caffeine anymore. I drink it so I don't have a headache.
But yeah, I don't think the Paramount deal is going to happen anyway. But I also don't know how easy it's going to be for Netflix to seal the deal because of the Federal Communications Organization. So we'll see. Columbia Rican here with the GL Super Chat. Sort of mindset is what MAGA wanted to go back to. Yeah, you're talking about the commercials you're looking at with all the stuff in it. Yeah, it 100% is. When they talk about going back to making America great again, that's the era that they're thinking about, is like the 50s and 60s primarily. Yeah, 100%. And Columbia Rico with the $2 Super Chat says, I'm on a roll. Let's just hit the goal. So we did hit the goal in both channels right now. If you'd like to vote on the poll, it's up in the Debunks channel. Head over there and check those out. I will be putting a poll up in a moment in the Reloaded channel because we did hit it over there as well. I know that you submitted some stuff, Jake. How many did you send over in the message? You're muted.
You're muted.
That better?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I didn't send over suggestions for a poll. I was saying that if we do a list tonight,
Oh,
we do
okay.
this one, that one. But I do have.
Go into the private chat and write some options down.
All right,
We'll do
yeah,
the poll.
I've got a few. But yeah, that one that I sent you that already won. Would that be one that we could do tonight?
If we have time, yeah, we'll see when we get there.
Doesn't it sound so straight and so Latino? So I apologize. Let's do 5 best X-Men women.
Ooh.
I can throw that in there as a suggestion.
Yeah, put that in the private chat so I remember it, because I'll just do that.
Okay.
I'm kidding. There's nothing else because we're all gonna fight for Roger.
You don't have to put just X-Men. Put mutants, like the 5
I was
best.
gonna say,
mutants. women and mutants. Yeah,
I was about to say let's extend it to just mutants.
No, that would be really good. Xana here says, let's be real, guys. They want to go back to before Civil War to get revenge for the Confederacy at this point. I think there's a portion of them that probably feel that way. But I think a vast majority of the men, the way they dress, they look at stuff like Mad Men and they're like, that's the era I want to go back to, Mad Men, where I can sexually assault women in the workplace. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of it too, like, isn't even that like straight. Like, I don't even think they're thinking about it. I think they just like the aesthetic. Yeah. I think that I think there's this idea that like, oh, everyone was happy and like everything was less complicated and everyone was like all together. But like you're only seeing it that way because that's how media portrayed it. If you actually looked outside of your bubble, everyone wasn't together and everyone wasn't happy. Some people were happy, but
you can't tell me that the woman we watched in that commercial that was talking about she's not good at anything except copying paper was happy. You can't tell me that. That's ridiculous. But all right, so let's talk about the next topic. I've got 3 main topics. Is the next one, which is Daredevil Born Again and Spider-Man Brand New Day are officially connected. Which, by the way, I don't think this is a big reveal because it is the MCU, so everything is somewhat connected.
I mean, John Bernthal is appearing in Spider-Man.
I do. I love this fucking poster right
That's
here. I
really
love
sick.
This poster.
All right, Eric, I just sent you 4 options in the private chat.
Okay. According to Marvel Studios head of TV Brad Winterbaum, fans can expect Daredevil Born Again Season 2 story to impact Spider-Man Brand New Day. I want to point out that Brad Winterbaum has no effect on Spider-Man. Like, that's not his department at all.
He's just a producer, right? That's it?
Yeah.
He's at the head of TV.
But he's the head of the TV division, yeah. So here's what was said. This is from Brad Winterbaum in connection to this. We are communicating a lot with the team on Spider-Man Brand New Day to make sure that there's a coherence there. It very much exists in the same world, and it is important. Okay. Everything lines up, and the impacts are felt, and we're able to tell different stories. Go ahead.
Has anyone fact-checked or even seen it? The Spider-Man...
The leak trailer?
Today. Not the leak trailer. There was an article, I haven't been able to fact check it yet, so please don't say I'm confirming this, but there were some articles today being like, Claire's going to come back in Spider-Man
I saw that.
I was like, is that legit, or is that just rumor bullshit?
I mean, at this point, with everybody that's been quote-unquote rumored to appear / confirmed to appear, this is looking to have more characters than an Avengers movie.
Yeah.
My only issue here, again, I made a video about this earlier today, kind of just giving my first thoughts on it, but my only issue here is, are we making a similar mistake that they made with the Marvels? Is that what we're looking at, where it's like that they're banking a lot on people wanting to see something because of the TV connection, or possibly turning people away because of the TV connections?
I don't think so, because I I don't know. It feels like, again, we have to see how they do it, but it feels like all of this can kind of be written off in like a one-off. Oh, this, like, we're explaining it in the movie itself. Like, there doesn't seem like especially since like Spider-Man is the only lead of the movie.
Right.
This is his story, where, you know, with the Marvels you had 3 leads and they were all majorly part of the thing. I think what this means right here, and I could be wrong, and we got to see how season 2 ends, but I would not be shocked if it's literally just like New York as a character is the connection, right? Because New York's under martial law, right? We are anti-vigilantes. I hope we don't fix that in season 2, because I love the idea of Peter. No one knows who he is. He doesn't have any support, and now the one thing he had, New York, and his you know, identity as Spider-Man, now that's trying to be taken away from him too. That's fascinating. I like that, like, the entire world is against, like, that's a cool concept, and I hope they're allowing him to play in that playground, if you will.
So two
Can I pitch? I want the first re-meeting of Peter Parker, Matt Murdock, Daredevil, Spider-Man. I want Daredevil season 2. It's not gonna end this way, but it'd be nice. Shooting for the stars. You know, Matt sleeps with some lady, hot lady, and then the next morning he's like, "Oh, I got a 7 a.m. thing one night." She's like, "What?" He's like, "I got a client." And then it cuts to Left Hand playing outside. And the left hand sing. And it's knock on the door. And he opens, and he in his wardrobe, and it's very much Spider-Man Taz. And he's like, "Mr. Parker," and he's like, "Hi, am I late?" And then you see his, like, Matt's lady, like, walk out. And he's just like, "Come in, I can help you out." And it's like, it ends like that. I'm like, oh.
So 2 things on what you guys were saying, Eric. You're thinking about the TV connection being like turning people away, like the Marvels. Honestly, think that's not the same comparison, because I feel like the TV connection character from the show to the Marvels is really like the one thing that people commonly liked about that movie was Kamala. Like, was one of the one things people like kind of liked across the board. The Spider-Man connection to it all, I am again kind of like Darren said about New York being a character. That's the one thing I feel like Tom Holland's movies have kind of been lacking up to now, and you know, with him having pretty much nothing left, I think this could be the perfect opportunity for them to really emphasize the fact that Spider-Man's, you know, he's one of the people on the ground. He's one of the citizens of New York. Mm-hmm. And if they can show New York as somebody that has each other's back in times of crisis, you know, similar to how the first Tobey movie did it, you know, after 9/11, of course, it was a very important time for that. And, you know, it being kind of an anti-vigilante stance now, they, again, I'm going to make another Tobey comparison here, but, you know, like how they embraced him as a hero in the second movie after he saves them, something like that you could easily do again here, or you could do like what Amazing Spider-Man 1 did, where, you know, he like helps out a random civilian at some point, and then that results in the random civilian indirectly helping him later on in the film. So you could do it either way, or do your own spin on it.
Well, what I was saying that it was the comparison between the 2 properties is, I believe one of the big issues with Captain Marvel was that the branding was off, right? I think calling it the Marvels was a mistake. That was the big thing.
Yeah.
I think the Captain Marvel name needed to be present in the title somewhere, and removing that was an issue. I think that also affected Thunderbolts, right? If Thunderbolts would have been New Avengers from the beginning, it would have probably performed better. But it was Thunderbolts, right? So I think there's an issue a bit with the branding. I don't think Spider-Man's going to suffer from that, because people love Spider-Man. So I don't think that's the issue. It's an outlier, right? My issue is, are people going to feel badly about missing context from some of the characters, like the Punisher, who they don't know at all? Keep in mind, the Punisher is, I'm assuming, is going to be a major character in this movie.
Yeah. I think
which is great for Punisher, but is it great for the Spider-Man movie?
Because I don't think they would have announced him if he wasn't going to be.
Well, here, I mean, how I would do it, if I was doing this, is have them just reintroduce the character. Because you know who also doesn't know Punisher?
Spider-Man. Yeah.
Peter, right? So reintroduce him from Peter's POV. This was like, who's this strange guy with, so have him like investigate him, try and do his research, like introduce him in this movie. You can have all the lore from Netflix and stuff like that, but you don't really need that for this show. So you can only give the audience what they need via this project and almost act like this is his first introduction, almost as like, explain this as if I'm a toddler. Right? Explain this to your audience as you will here. And then what hopefully will happen is like, oh wait, didn't he have a special? Didn't he have a special that came out like a month ago? Let me go check that out now. Actually, I think it'd be kind of smart to put the Punisher special after Spider-Man. I think that'd be a really smart marketing thing. I'm like, oh, you liked him in Spider-Man? Now check out his...
But does that have a date on it yet?
No,
but think about this for a second. Imagine this is the setup we have, right? We have Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Then we have Spider-Man, and if you still want to live in New York for the rest of the year in Marvel, you can go watch the Punisher special. It's a perfect three-way package in Marvel for next year.
Jaybird, I need to hear them say that at least once. I want that at least once, man. Give me that.
Battle Van.
I need to hear that once.
Next year we also have Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like New York street level. Like next year's like the year of street level, if you don't include like Avengers Doomsday
and X-Men, I guess,
and Vision Quest, and but still,
So Cameron says the strikes mess with the Marvels a lot more with the marketing. I think it's hand in hand, right? I don't think it was one or the other. I think it was all combined together. Obviously, I have said on many occasions that I think the marketing issue with the strikes was a big problem for the movie, but I don't think it was the only problem. I think the movie itself as a movie is fine. I think it's a good movie. I think it's a lot of fun. I have minor issues with it, but overall I think it's a fine, like just above average, like superhero movie. Yeah. It's very comic booky, and I think the characters are done really well in the movie. I don't have an issue with any of that.
Yeah.
I think the branding and the marketing as two like symbiotic things were a problem with the movie. If the movie were titled Captain Marvel 2: The Marvels, I think it would have done better, because that's what people are connecting it to, right? You had $1 billion movie with this character and you don't do a proper sequel to it.
Yeah.
I don't know what person thought that was a good idea. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me to take brand recognition and just throw it out the window. I don't understand that.
Word of mouth
is the same thing they did with Iron Man, because Iron Man 3 made $1 billion and they never gave him another solo installment.
Word of mouth was also really bad on it, right? I think Marvel is in a spot right now where so many people depend, if they see a Marvel movie, depends on what people are saying about it, what people are talking about it. That conversation is what drives it. And if it was true or not, the main conversation around the movie is how much it sucked, how much people hated it. Oh, the Marvel's gone woke. And that just didn't help the casual audience. It was like, okay, they couldn't market it as is, and all the marketing they did have was, let's be honest, all the like negative people. Yeah, like all the people who didn't like it. So they're going to be like, well, I'm not going to watch. Like, if I wasn't a fan of Marvel, I would also probably be like, well, I'm not going to watch that. I've only heard bad things.
I also want to point out that the original Captain Marvel movie is a good movie. I'm not going to, I don't expect everybody to love it, but I've defended this movie many times. I think it's a fun, if you just want to watch a story, like a story with connections to the Marvel Universe that takes place in the 90s, it's a fun movie. I don't have an issue with it at all. I think a lot of people were mad about, this one scene that was supposed to be included was not included, but she said something really sexist towards a guy in the scene. I don't care if it didn't make it into the movie. I don't give a fuck. It's just a matter to me.
Reason it was cut.
I'm still mixed with the movie. I even though I had
which one, Ronan? Captain Marvel or the Marvels? Which one?
Both of them. I'm not too crazy about, but to me, I just had more fun with the Marvels. It's weird with Captain Marvel. There were scenes that I'm like, okay, I'm in it, and then other scenes I'd be like, I feel like I'm watching the playbook easily, and I felt so bad because, and again, I'm just saying for me, I'm not saying for everybody else. I know how much that movie meant for a lot of people, specifically women and girls. I know how much that meant to that film. It's just that for me, a lot of it didn't feel. I don't know. It felt like I had seen this before, and it felt like not just before, but right before I saw that film, I feel like I had seen that story before, and there's only a couple scenes that like really hit for me, and here's what I feel bad about it. My favorite character in that movie was Talos. It was the fucking Skrull. That was my favorite character, and I was so fascinated by that character and what the character went through. And I always defended Bree's casting as Carol, but it wasn't until the Marvels that I'm like, there's Carol.
Yeah.
There's the character that I loved from the comics, and that like had something that I could connect to. I've always said that like the biggest mistake they did with Carol Danvers and Captain Marvel in this universe as far is that they threw her into the space and not enough time for us to spend time with her to connect with her. And like again, there's only folklore of like she's the big hero across the galaxy in the universe. Like, well, okay, cool, that's folklore, but let us spend time with her so we will feel that, because they've only seen her in what, 3 movies, and I don't know. I feel there's still a lot on the table for her to like fully connect with the character. And again, the Marvels did a lot of good work for me to connect with Carol. It's just that, and again, I don't blame this on Iman or Kamala, but like right now, I am way more connected and invested in Kamala. Hell, I care about her family.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't exactly think these movies have done their greatest job, and people might disagree. I don't think these movies have done a good job of making Carol likable, like across all 3 of the ones that she's been in. Like, I think Endgame did a decent job, but I've just never really cared for the character. Kamala, I like. She was the best part of the Marvels for me, and like the 3 of them have good chemistry on their own when they work together, but I don't think all of those characters work on their own.
I think she kind of has the same Batwoman deal we had with like Kate Kane, Ruby Rose in the Arrowverse, where like they introduced her at a really bad time. They introduced her at the end of the era, and then pushed her in the forefront, hoping that she could survive. But it was like that doesn't work because no one really cares about her yet, because she's just in like she hasn't had those moments with the other characters to make us like we like Tony, Steve, Nat, Clint so much because we spent like their main movies and Civil War and Age of Ultron and Infinity War and then like we care about them. Where Captain Marvel, she had Endgame, which she was barely in, and then her solo movies, and so you're not going to have the same attachment you have to like Spider-Man, Doctor Strange.
Yeah, they brought her in right before the Endgame, but then in Endgame itself, she didn't really do a lot.
I think she should remain in Endgame. I think that's what they should. I think she should have been. I know they probably would have struggled with that because of her power set and how powerful she was, but maybe I would have put her in instead of like Scott or some. I don't know. Like
I don't know. Scott was pretty crucial to that plot.
I don't know. I just like put her in that group to make people like her throughout the movie, and then hopefully come Captain Marvel 2, people are like, oh, I loved her in Endgame, and I loved her in her solo movie. Let me check out this next one.
Because that's what happened with Black Panther. You see him in Civil War, and they're like, oh, I liked him there, and then they saw his own movie, and you saw how well that did.
That's why it felt weird for me that like I didn't fully connect with her in her movie, and then I'm like, no, but Endgame is next month. I'll get more stuff there, and she pops up, and I'm like, yeah, okay, and then she's gone. And I'm like, ah, fuck, and
damn it,
I don't know. Like again, I do see her as a future of Marvel. I can see it, but like, especially the way that she's introduced in the Marvels, she's alone in space in her ship. I'm like, okay, show me how we got there. Put me on a mission with it. Like, what happened? What did she have to make a tough call? Like, her having to deal with like the Skrulls like colony that had needed help. That was like my connective tissue with her, and I'm like, okay, cool. I needed more of that before to like get into it, because I felt like I was bringing more out of my knowledge of the comics to the character instead of my experience with the character in the movie on its own. And I worry about that when new character introduced. I'm like, all right, without my knowledge in the books, make me connect with you on just these 2 hours that I got with you.
Right.
So I'm going to say something controversial, and you guys obviously feel free to disagree with me on this one. But one of the things I think in Captain Marvel, in the first movie, that a lot of people overlook, I'm not saying you guys, I'm saying the public in general, is we have a character who had a different personality prior to extreme brainwashing, right? So she went through brainwashing. So we're seeing a character come out of that brainwashing and then experience their life post brainwashing in a world they're just kind of thrown into, right? where she's supposed to be basically a Vulcan, repress your emotions, don't show weakness, all of these things that she's trained to do. I think a lot of people
forget that
she went through that in the movie because of the way the movie was put together, I guess.
Yeah.
But this is why when we get to the Marvels, we get to a more like personable Carol Danvers, because she's had an opportunity to be out on her own, experience life, and get out of that brainwashing. In Captain Marvel specifically, it is primarily in a post-brainwashing phase of her life.
Is criticizing that as a writing decision necessarily wrong? Saying that you didn't like that it was written that way?
Well, I think it would be wrong if you say that you don't think she should be written that way. I think a correct criticism would be you don't like the way that was the way the writers portrayed it. Yeah. Like I could say that.
I remember when it came out, I said it was like so close to being good because of, like that element right there. I think was really good, but they don't push it enough. They they say it as a thing, and there was like the pieces of it at the very end were like,
which is what I think Jake is saying.
Good.
Yeah,
this is really good, but they don't push it enough, and I feel like people forget it because it is kind of an afterthought of that third act.
It is, but I think it's an actual important part of her character, right? Like dealing with the trauma of that brainwashing, and we do see, like you said, at the very end of the movie, they kind of address it because we're dealing with like the big finale, the third act, where she's finally breaking out of all this. Yeah, go ahead, Darren.
I think we needed another like 5 minutes. I think another 5 minutes on that runtime. Fully embrace what that story is.
Yeah, it's not a long movie, so 5 minutes.
Because to me, my favorite scene out of like her helping Talos reunite with his family.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, that's why she has to be who she is. To me, my other favorite, scene in the movie is the whole like I call it Navy SEALs thing with the Kree. When they go into that planet, they're gonna go like it's SEAL team and whatnot. But even she feels something off. Yeah. And I was like, ooh, right here, a lot of here is working for me. And yeah, I agree. And again, I'm not saying that I am not negating that at all. But I think you said it best. Like maybe the execution didn't hit for me. And again, I feel so bad for Brie because she had to film again. For folks who don't know, she filmed her Endgame stuff before her own movie stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
So imagine how much homework you have to do mentally to shoot whatever she shot in Endgame, and then you're probably given new material by the time you shoot your own stuff that releases before Endgame. So it's weird, man. And yeah, again, all I seek now in the future is like, please let me spend more time with her, where it's not the end of the world. I say that not just for her, for a lot of these characters. Don't make me spend time with them every time there's an end of the world. Make me spend time with them where there's something crucial in the neighborhood, a crucial moment in their near their corner in the galaxy, to be like, okay, this is why we need her when evil or doom comes calling to take out not just one planet or one city, everyone around, and how she's a representative of that.
Yeah, the only bit of her own movie that was filmed with the Endgame stuff was that post-credit scene. That was the only bit.
It would be a damn shame if she's not in Doomsday, in my opinion. Like, if we are bringing back Robert Downey Jr., spoilers, Chris Evans, and we're not bringing back the person that was supposed to be one of the main faces. I mean, just think about this. Right now, for this next Avengers movie, they have not confirmed Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, or obviously stuff happened with Chadwick. But like those four specifically were supposed to be the four to lead this next era of Marvel. Yeah. Like they were supposed to be the new faces, and none of them are confirmed for this next one. And that breaks my heart.
I just thought of something that would be really twisted if they were to do this, but just hear me out on this one. Say one of the unconfirmed people that ends up being in this movie, along with Brie Larson, I don't know if they're going to do this. Say they bring Anna Paquin's Rogue in. You know where I'm going with that.
Oh my God!
Having those two together. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
What if they do that?
I want to point out here a couple comments I want to highlight, and then we're going to do some super chats and maybe continue this conversation. I do have something I want to say about like the greater. Matter of fact, let's do this comment right here from Xana. Making everything post Endgame seem like such a failure. I want to point out that my biggest criticism of Marvel, looking retrospectively at phases after 3, like 4, 5, and then going into 6 or whatever, is they introduced a ton of characters but never gave us follow-ups on them. And Captain Marvel is a good example of that. Shang-Chi is a good example of that. Doctor Strange has been a good example of that. He's been in a few things, but they really haven't utilized him much. Biggest one, though, the biggest one is Sam Wilson as Captain America. That's probably the biggest one. Only because he was supposed to be the mantle, taking up the mantle that Steve left behind, and they didn't do anything with it. If you look back at the phases, what Marvel did, their strategy for the last couple phases were, we're going to introduce a larger world and give a lot more stories for people to like go out and watch. But one of the things they forgot, and this is something that I think just got lost in the work, was that the reason why Infinity War and Endgame were so successful is the plan seemed like it had like we got into phase 2, it seems like they had the characters set up and they knew where they were going with these characters. We knew that every couple years we would get a sequel to one of these movies and that these characters would continue. They broke the trust of the loyal fans of the properties by doing kind of what streaming services have done and been inconsistent with the seasons of their TV shows. Like there's no commitment to this. We look at like the Eternals, right? You look at something like the Eternals. Instead of going, hey, the first one did okay, we're really going to stick the landing on the second one, we're going to follow up with these characters, they just didn't do anything with them.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi, a character they clearly want to use again. He's been in cartoons and stuff like that. It's been half a decade that we haven't seen this character, right? We have Captain Marvel, who didn't get a proper sequel and hasn't really been used in anything else. And this is another character that's supposed to be leading the Avengers with Captain America. Where are the follow-ups with these characters? What is the problem with this? We did the math on this. There was like 40 some new characters introduced between the end of phase 3 and where we are now. And the majority of them have never gotten another movie or TV show or cameo or team up or anything. I just feel like, and this is coming from somebody who loves Marvel, they should definitely introduce new stuff, but you have to follow up on the stuff that you start. You can't just keep ending things because it didn't do $1 billion at the box office.
Well, you know what a lot of the problem with it is? You look back at those early phases, all those new characters that they would introduce in a phase 2 or a phase 3, they were already thinking far ahead as to, okay, we're going to introduce these characters here. And they were working up a pole saying, all right, they're going to reappear here, here, and here. And they had it all thought out. And, obviously they were putting concepts of a plan together with the Kang stuff. Then that fell through. And they're like, well, okay, we have to fucking pivot. But then the biggest problems going into this is with, Doom especially. I've said this before. We didn't get anything until Fantastic Four to even hint that Doom was coming, so that in and of itself is going to be rushed. But with these new characters, they introduce all these characters, and they did not think out. They didn't have a long-term thought as to where, okay, this is where they're going to appear next, and then A, B, and C. But also they tease a bunch of characters in post-credit scenes that went nowhere.
I still stand, I still defend it a little bit, and people get mad at me when I do. But, obviously, they greenlit so much stuff after Endgame, because they're like, this is a massive thing, we have all this stuff. Yeah. And that's fine on paper, but I still stand by it's the equivalent of being in the ocean with a giant storm. Is that, every time they got back up, another storm hit them. Every time they tried to pivot, they got knocked back down. Of, all these projects after Endgame, COVID, strikes, our main actor's gone, and every time they do pivot every time. They did try and get up and pivot and move forward every time, but they kept getting knocked down every time they got the chance. So it's been 5 years of just rolling down that hill. And I do think we finally have stood back up. They've found their balance. They're like, oh, okay, we're going, but it's too late, right? At this point, your clothes are soaked. You have sand all over your jeans. It's too late to have a normal day. You now just have to get back to the surface and start new and start fresh, which I think is what they're trying to do. It feels like they're just trying to get to the finish line. They're like, Doomsday is next year.
But we have to admit, there were some. I would say there were at least 2 big mistakes they made in these last couple phases.
Sure.
That I think were detrimental to the MCU. The big one for me is Secret Invasion. I think Secret Invasion was a problem, right?
That should have A, been a movie, and B, been structured a lot better.
Just totally off with Secret Invasion. And I would say the next big one for me is not capitalizing on the Young Avengers earlier. I think we had so many things pointing to a Young Avengers like team up. And I believe that the forgetfulness of those characters is that they were establishing something for Disney Plus and they never did it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because think about it. All those characters that were introduced in the shows, all the younger characters that were introduced in shows are homeless characters. There's no second seasons for a lot of these shows. There's no follow-up in the movies. So my issue is, like, I think another thing is putting all that time and energy into the Disney Plus stuff and then not following through with it. Like, why did you bother?
In fairness, that was Chapek, right? Like I don't think Chapek even cared. He was just like, greenlight every show you could.
Content.
Just and again, now it's been Bob Iger being like, whoa, okay, let's clean this up. Which again, I think he's doing his best. I do. I have my issues with the guy, but so far it seems like, okay, do the animated stuff.
I'm gonna say
they're just trying to get through the next 2 years so they can start over.
100%.
I'm gonna say right now, and I truly believe this. The soft reset is going to just establish a new baseline.
Yes.
And everything we've had prior to Secret Wars is going to be pointless for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
We're not going to see most of these characters again. Again. Hello.
I thought we were getting two Ronins again for a second.
Yeah, no, but I think it sucks because again, I don't know how they're going to do it, but I do think what we're going to do is I think we're going to streamline things by doing a lot of teams. I truly think that. I think the next era is teams, and I think Young Avengers is very smart about that because Young Avengers is literally being like, oh, those 6 shows that we made, now it's one project, now it's one franchise. We have our little spooky, creepy crew with Moon Knight and Man Thing and Ghost Rider and Blade. All right, let's stick them all together. Fantastic Four, that's a franchise. X-Men, that's a franchise. So you can have these major franchises while tackling 12 characters at once. And as long as it doesn't get too much and now everything's a team movie, I think that might work for them, at least for Young Avengers. I think that's your way of fun. Just give them a TV show, wrap up all those characters, let them go home, and then we can focus on something else.
What have I been saying for the longest time? West Coast Avengers. You bring back half of the population in the world. You know what you need? You need to not sort out individually, but put out different sections of the Avengers. You put out the West Coast. Okay, you handle the Western Hemisphere. You got the East Coast, which is New York. You handle the East Coast hemisphere, and it's you keep that set right there, and that's how you let people like Shang-Chi, She-Hulk, Moon Knight get time to be used. She-Hulk, Shang-Chi, Captain Marvel, and Moon Knight. And hell, I want to see him again. Werewolf by Night and Giant Size Man Thing. Those are 6 characters that I would like to see more of. So I know that they have some foundational going forward. Because, and again, the X-Men are my thing. I worried for those characters because as soon as the X-Men come in, it's gonna be all right, X-Men are the home runs, and the way the industry is going, the way the specific company's been going, and the studio that owns that company's been going, I don't know how balanced they're gonna be to keep mutant stuff going while giving stuff like She-Hulk and Moon Knight and Werewolf by Night their time to shine. And again, even a lot of these projects people are more crazy about, I could at the very least say something like She-Hulk. I always wanted to see more of She-Hulk. Even besides my feelings towards the show as a whole, I wanted to see more of Tatiana Maslany as a show. And again, there's plenty of team groups in the comics to just put them in together and see what happens. There's Champions, West Coast Avengers. Hell, they've even done comics called 2 in 1. Where you put 2 characters together, and they have to just deal with a journey and whatnot. And again, not end of the world scenarios. Not end of the world scenarios.
I want to point out, Ronan, as well. If you're going to introduce 40 plus new characters between 3 phases, you have enough to create several teams of characters to do team up movies. You could literally just take 4 or 5 characters. Like, look at Thunderbolts. They took like 5 or 6 characters. They threw them together. They said, this is the new Avengers. Yep. You could have done that with any lineup of the roster with Moon Knight or the Kate Bishop as Hawkeye. Any of these characters could have been inserted into like a new West Coast Avengers team or something like that would have worked and could have gave them another like, 800, 900, $1 billion movie,
Or do what I've been pitching for years, where instead of doing these 5, Disney Plus shows every year, do one Disney Plus show. Do an anthology series where each episode is catching up with one character that we have. Right? Yeah. You don't want to do a She-Hulk season 2, a Miss Marvel season 2, a Moon Knight season 2. Have one episode a season be just like 50 minutes of like tell that one-off story with that character, and then we don't. And again, like there doesn't have to be this thing where like, oh, I haven't caught up with all the shows. One show. You have to watch one show to keep up. That is,
and they can work on their own.
Yes. I think they just need. I think they just need a space to tell stories.
And why no Ms. Marvel season 2?
I think because of the Young Avengers. Like, I do think that's the reason. I think the reason they haven't been greenlighting this, because the idea was, do it Avengers style, they all get their own thing, and then they come together. But now I think they're just, okay, we got to get Avengers out first. So now I think it's in a limbo spot.
There's going to be, I want to say this, there's going to be, and I want people in the chat to sort of start to process this a little bit. When we go between Doomsday and Secret Wars, some of your favorite characters are not coming back, right? There's going to be characters that we have met between phases 1 and 6 that are just going to go away and never come back.
Yeah.
And it's not going to make sense. It's not going to be, you're not going to process it because they're going to do Battle World, and Battle World doesn't make sense, right? It's a world that doesn't make sense. It's pockets of different worlds kind of put together into one city that these people live in, and they exist there. And then the strongest survive at the end, and those are the ones they carry over into the main world. You're going to end up losing a lot of characters. They're just going to go away. And I think that some people are going to you're going to lose your favorite character. It's like someone in the chat right now, you don't realize this, but come Secret Wars, you are losing your favorite character in the MCU, and it's not going to make any sense whatsoever.
And if they even take some notes from the original Secret Wars, like the characters that do pass through, a number of them won't remember anything that happened, so that will not have affected their growths at all.
And also, like, we have to, I think, start to prepare for our characters to look differently. Yeah. Right? I think there's going to be, I mean, let's be honest, I know people are going to hate it, and that's fine. I think the reason we're bringing back Chris Evans right now, and not in 5 years, is because a couple years from now, they want a new Captain America.
They
want a new Steve Rogers, because they want the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, and the X-Men, all as we know.
And Spider-Man. Spider-Man is the one singular franchise.
Probably. You put your finger on it there, right there. A new Steve Rogers. That's what they're focusing on.
Yes, they want. Honestly, they want that classic Marvel feeling, which we've never had. We've never had the like. This sounds stupid, and I know you don't like it, Jake, but like the superhero squad equivalent of the MCU. They want like all the heroes, like Earth's Mightiest Heroes. That's what they want. Where all the heroes that you know in the same spot at the same time. They want Tony Stark interacting with Reed Richards. They want Wolverine interacting with Spider-Man. Like, that's what they want. And I think that's where we're building to. And I think it's going to be a shit show when it first happens. I think at the end of, like, whenever it happens, I actually would not be shocked if it's at the end of Secret Wars where they, like, debut the new Avengers. People are going to be pissed.
Yeah.
People are going to be mad. But I kind of think it's a cool idea. I kind of think it can work if done respectfully.
But then the Thunderbolts will only have been the new Avengers for one movie,
which sucks because I'm like, that felt earned. Like their moment together as he felt. And again, me and Dan have been saying, I'm sure we're not the only one, but like, if they would have done Avengers Secret Invasion, and it's like, ooh, who do we trust of all the heroes that we've come to love? And then you bring in someone like Shang-Chi and She-Hulk and others that are the rookies, and like, well, no one's gonna trust them because they're rookies, and they're the most likely to be Skrulls, so they have to be, the West Coast Avengers at the end of it and whatnot. And it's like, they're not really the Avengers. And then they try the Thunderbolts, like, are they the real Avengers? And it's that big thing of like, who is the Avengers? And it's a better, I'm gonna say better, but it's a more less turbulent ride going to Doomsday, knowing that like, well, we got to cover this and this and this. Oh, by the way, is that Tony Stark? No, that's Doom. Okay, that That the X-Men was that? Yeah, it's coming soon. Don't worry about it. That's like, oh.
So I want to go ahead, Darren, and I want to address Quindolin's.
I was just gonna say, like, I could also see a world where we do like Justice League Unlimited style, where it's like there's like 6 different main Avengers teams, but they're all kind of one team sometimes, right? It's like you do here. Like if we end it with like that's how we do New Avengers, is they're all here. Oh, here's the Young Avengers. Here's, Midnight Sun. Like they're all kind of the Avengers, but in their separate like cauldrons defending. Like that's comic book as hell, and I think that's their way of keeping everybody. Yeah. But also, hey, if we never see Thunderbolts again, that's fine because they're all the way over there doing their thing. We don't need to see them.
You don't always have to see everyone.
Yeah.
So I want to give Omega a chance to speak because I said hello for him to come in. But Omega, how are you doing?
Doing good.
Are you in your new place, by the way?
Yes, I am. I'm in my new place.
Hell yeah!
Wow, very nice.
I tried to do stuff with the bookshelf, but it broke.
Oh,
damn! I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the books.
Fucking IKEA.
So you're not in the closet anymore.
No, I am out of the closet.
He came out of the closet.
Hey.
All right.
Well,
So-
Omega, maybe you need to get a book called "How to Fix a Bookshelf."
Yeah, maybe.
I'm just about to buy another one.
Quindolin says, "Do we know how much had to be reshuffled because of no King?" So we do know that the King movies were changed, obviously.
Right, and Secret War was going to be changed a little bit.
Right. So because it was going to be King Dynasty was the big movie.
Yeah.
But they're gonna say Loki season 2 handled that. No, man,
Yeah.
we fixed it.
Loki.
I'll
the
give
issue.
them credit. They wrapped it up about as well as they could have. I'll give them that.
I will say this: Loki season 2, had it not been filmed and done completely and all that, they would have probably removed King from that as well if they could have.
They got
but it was
damn lucky with King.
Yeah.
I think. Like
Yeah.
all things considered.
But yeah, I would say, I don't know about reshuffled, but I think a big chunk of the plans were completely scrapped because of King. If I had to guess,
I want to read that book.
I would love to know. Maybe one day we'll find out like what that was. And then Short Car here says, something the DCU is doing better. 2025 movie cameo, Supergirl's being follow up on the following year. I want to say this though. The DCU is where the MCU was like almost 20 years ago. So we'll check back on the DCU in 15 years and see if they're having the same issues.
You can't really compare
that
them.
we're having now. So, all right. So we have one more comment here I want to address before we do these super chats, and then we'll do the last topic. Kevin here says Disney isn't rebooting the MCU or Star Wars at all. I disagree. I think they are rebooting the MCU, but not like a full, like it's not going to look like a clean reboot. It's going to look like a comic book reboot, which is kind of messy, but also kind of clear cut. We will know during Secret Wars who we're walking out of the movie with, because that's the beginning of the new branding. And that's going to be whatever. I don't think we'll know every casting and every individual character, but I think we'll know who's not coming back and sort of what direction we're heading from there.
And so as not to have to cast it yet, what they might do to play safe is just show you a bunch of silhouettes.
I don't think Star Wars will ever get a reboot, by the way. So
No,
you can't
I don't
really
think
reboot that the same way. No.
And because you don't want it to be Marvel 2.0. Like you don't want that. Like Star Wars stands on its own. And like what they could do is like they could choose to focus in on a certain era that we haven't spent that much time before. You could do that, and that might keep it fresh for a lot of people.
Era or place, because what do they say at the beginning of everything? Long time ago, galaxy far, far away. There's so much shit in that galaxy.
I don't tackle another planet.
I don't. No more sand planets. No more like
Donald Glover the Prowler by the end of it. Canon.
In terms of Doomsday, I'm still excited. I'm still intrigued. And McFeely and the Russo brothers have given me 4 for 4 on their batting average in the MCU. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt because they've earned it, and I'll be there. And I feel bad for them that they're in this scenario, and it's not even necessarily corner. It's just a road they had to go. I'm very interested to see if they can not pull it off, but like make it work enough where I'm like, okay, I can buy that this is where we were going to go the whole time, and that it won't be as convoluted as I fear it is going to be, and that it hopefully lets stuff ease afterwards, not just in the moment, but even afterwards.
And like it also has that job of like keeping people on board too, right? Because I think like Endgames struggle with this a lot, where it's like, oh well, I'm done after Endgame, like I'm tapping out. Right. I think this is even gonna have the worst problem, where it's like, well, I saw my favorite characters come back again, and this is another like wrapping up of everything. You're then going to have to convince people to come back a third era, to start a third era with them, and that's a hard pitch. Like I think you have to end Secret Wars in a way where it's like, whoa, I need to come back for more, and like X-Men will help, right? But then what else? All right, you have Black Panther 3. Okay, people like those are fun. Doctor Strange 3, those are fun too. But again, like I don't know if those can have enough push on their own. Like I think you really need to end. I think Secret Wars needs to end in a way where people are like, I need more.
More. This might be a hot take, but I think that Marvel is in a cycle right now with their movies that the comic books are in, where event stuff is what brings people in, and then the smaller stories just don't pull as many people in, and that's okay. But you need to adjust your expectations and your budgets to match that. I think that's what we're going to see going forward with Marvel. All right, so we're going to move on from Marvel. Let's do some super chats here, and then we have some DCU stuff to talk about before we wrap up the stream. Again, we will be playing a lot of our top fives on Thursday for Christmas night. So what are you gonna say, Darren?
I was just gonna say, if you could pull up that thing I sent you, because there is something.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will.
Okay.
Yeah,
before you do that, can I give a quick shout out?
Yeah.
So I had a rough day today at work. Kind of pissed. You guys have helped, so thank you for that.
Aw.
But also shout out to my family, because look what I came home to. Look at this. Look at this. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Do you know what the fuck that is?
Tamales?
Yes, that's fucking tamales.
I thought that was
tamales.
Somebody's getting to have some good tamales here in a second. For sure.
As soon as I saw the corn husk, I was like, yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah, same here.
Oh.
Hey, there's not much beats a good tamale.
Yeah.
I never had one.
All right, so
Never had one. Sorry.
$2 super chat from Latin Shark here. What did you watch this week? This is an interesting week because there's a lot of holiday specials. You know what I watched tonight for the first time, and I regret it because I didn't like it at all? Was the Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell movie from last year called Spirited.
That was terrible.
Spirited?
It was terrible.
So let me tell you, we sat down and we were like, we want to watch a Christmas movie, but we want to watch something recent that, we don't really know a lot about or whatever.
Yeah, something you haven't watched every single year for the past 30, 40 years.
I wish we would have just watched the Guardian special at this point, but we put it on, right? And within the first 5 minutes, there's like music and dancing. I'm like, oh my God, is this a musical? And then they get to another scene. It's like more singing and dancing. I'm like, oh, this is a fucking musical, and it's 2 hours long. And at that point, we had already really committed to sitting down and watching it, so we had to struggle through that. So I would not suggest watching Spirited. I know it has a good score on Rotten Tomatoes. If you like musicals, you like Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds, then you can check it out. Wasn't for me at all. However, I'm excited because this week we got the finale, I think, for Pluribus coming up on Wednesday, which I will be watching. Fallout's going to be coming out this week. Stranger Things will be coming out this week. So there's a lot of things that I'm looking forward to this week.
And Christmas.
As the week progresses.
Yeah.
And Christmas, of course. So
he's like, oh yeah,
that. So yeah. Did anybody else anybody want to give a shout out to anything in particular you watched that you want to?
I've been mostly, my usual diet has been Star Trek reruns, but recently, especially since today, they dropped the Mighty Nine.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It was so good. I love that show more than I love Vox Machina. It's so good.
Yeah, because even like I said on Lancer stream, like I started with like the last 5 episodes of Vox Machina, and we know when they were doing the live play on Twitch, because your brother Cyber Ninja told me to watch it. I was like, all right, fine, I'll watch it. I ended up catching the last 5 episodes, so I was like, all right, the next campaign, I'm gonna watch this straight on through. Absolutely adore it. It's now that they're on season 4. Season 2 is still my favorite, and this one is in the cartoon is
and these episodes
no
are
different.
almost
It's great.
40 to 50
Yeah,
minutes
about
long.
40-some minutes long.
Yeah, so it's
I need
good.
to hop on board. I hear it's good.
They have changed a bit from the actual live play because, of course, like what works on when you're actually playing tabletop and what works in the show are going to be completely different.
Yeah.
They had to cut a few things, which fine.
But
it's still
since
great.
Darren didn't watch the original Critical Role, he's just going to be watching it as a cartoon.
Yeah.
So
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah. I'm gonna do
You
that.
still get the gist of everything. The only thing you're gonna be missing is like maybe sometimes Matt will say something, then Laura laughs at him because it's like an innuendo.
Yeah,
That's
I guess
about it.
My parts of the diet, my Christmas diet, if you will. On Christmas morning itself, I make a point to do kind of a triple feature of like a bunch of different specials. I just did a watch party today where I did a bunch with a friend of mine, Aaronetic, who's a mod on my streams. We did Rudolph, we did Charlie Brown, we did the Xena Christmas episode, and then we did Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire. We did those 4 all together. Christmas morning itself, I do the 3 special of Christmas with the Joker, Mickey's Christmas Carol, and Merry Little Xmas. That's my kind of self-tradition. And then I'll get together with my folks, and even though part of this is unnecessary, we do it because we love these movies. We do have Batman Returns as part of our Christmas tradition. But if you're going to watch part 2, you might as well watch part 1 with it. So we just watch them both back to back, even though part 1 is not a Christmas movie at all.
Yeah, I forgot there was a Xena Christmas special.
It's so good.
Xena Warrior?
Yeah, Xena Warrior. They had a Christmas special.
Yeah, sounds like this is like based in like ancient Greece. Like, Jesus isn't around for like another 500 years. Like, what's going on?
It's so good though.
Well, I guess it's more of a Saturnalia thing.
And Latin Shark with a $2 super chat also says, "What is your favorite winter snack? Does anybody
What's
have
a
a favorite
winter snack? Is there a snack people only eat in the winter?
Oh, unless you're talking about like those like Christmas tree cakes that are only around at wintertime.
Ooh, I love those things.
Hot chocolate?
They're good. They're good, but they're so bad for
Which
you.
ones are you talking about? The big white Christmas cakes? Or
Yeah,
whatever?
the ones that are like this.
Oh,
that are like
hold on.
dressed
I
in
have
pretty
something to show
green.
you guys. I'll be right back.
No, you don't.
I guess cookies. I don't like Christmas
Gingerbread
cookies.
man's cookies.
If he has some, I'm about to go over there because he's
lemon cookies.
Same here. I'm like, damn it. And I'm not too far.
Hey, look,
from
and where I am now, I could get right on the highway in like 5 minutes.
Same. Like, I'm not crazy far from him.
Tamales.
really
Usually
funny.
that's what I eat during the winter.
Omega, me and you just pull up there. It's like, all right, where's the box?
You show up behind the camera being like, what the hell?
Got it, because I've been to his house before.
What am I having this year? We might have birria. You guys know what birria is?
I love birria.
Oh yeah.
I love birria tacos.
So I'll have birria with like tortilla chips and horchata. Man, I'm gonna have a food.
Oh my
What the
god!
I thought she was gonna have like a box of the.
All right.
Jesus.
All right, Omega, start the fucking car.
All right, I'm at it. All right. Yeah.
What the fuck?
What the hell did you get that?
All right, grab my keys now.
Yep, same. All right, Eric, you better be ready. I got my keys. We're heading that way.
We actually made that. We made
You
it.
made it?
Yeah. It's all made here at the house. Yeah.
Was it like a plush toy or is it an actual cake?
No, it's not. It's not. It's not an actual cake.
Is it a plush toy?
It's foam, like a foam.
Okay, it's foam.
It is a plush toy.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought it was an actual.
No, it was too
cake.
soft. No.
Yeah, if it was actual cake, then we all eating that.
But we could make one of those, but I wouldn't be able to carry it around in a bag like that.
Yeah,
but,
I know, right?
Yeah, no, we made that. It's a pillow for our couch at Christmas time, so you can like
That's
lay on
cool.
on one of
We
these
have a
cakes,
mall. We have a store in the mall that sells like exclusively like all versions of all your favorite snacks. So it's like a 10-foot
All
like
versions?
like tall or big versions of all. Like
Fall.
so,
Okay, I thought you said fall.
No. Like, you can buy like a 10-foot, like, Snickers bar or something. It's like, it takes up a shelf. It's like, oh my, why?
I want to remind everyone. Oh, sorry, Darryl. I thought you were done.
That's fine. Just like a giant, like, gummy worm or something.
Would there be an oven big enough? Exactly, Jay.
So just so you guys know, both the polls are active on the Debunks and the Reloaded channel. So if you'd like to vote on those polls, please do that, because this is going to be the final topic of the night. And the final topic is James Gunn announcing that we have a Brainiac.
Oh my god!
In the DCU,
and it's not Christopher Walken.
Right. In our worldwide search for Brainiac and Man of Tomorrow, Lars Eidinger rose to the top. Welcome to the DCU, Lars. I've got some information over here. So Lars, people might know Lars from Sense8. I think that's the one that would probably be the most people would know him most from. But also he's on Babylon Berlin, White Noise, Personal Shopper, and the Netflix miniseries All the Lights We Cannot See. Let's see here. God damn it. Okay, with general thoughts on this while I look this information up. General thoughts on the casting, anybody?
I have not seen his stuff, but
yeah.
As long as, and again, I'm not saying he has to listen to every note that fans, the people who are critical of him, have to say. Just like, yo, give us Brainiac, and like, don't kill him off, which I don't think he's gonna do. But I'm just saying it out there. I am pumped because this is, first time live action in movies, right?
Yeah,
live action in movies. I remember hearing all those rumors and those castings for the Tim Burton Superman movie, which would have been wild.
Yeah,
But I am pumped. And again, like, the fact that James is putting... I'm not trying to throw bricks at the old regime, but like, the old regime would have just put a photo of the actor. But here's James putting a picture of the comic next to him. So like, I can't wait to see how he's going to look rendition-wise. And I know they're going to put a suit on him and be like, no. You're going to have a suit on with the lights and stuff, and you're going to look Silver Age out the wazoo. So I am hopeful and pumped.
I think James Gunn has a pretty interesting technique with his actors right now, where he seems to find this sweet medium ground of actors who have experience, actors who've been in. Also, I don't know this man. If he came up on the street, I would have no idea who this guy is. And I feel like that's like the similar vibe of like a David Cornsweet, where it's like, he's talented, he has a career, he knows what he's doing, but also this is going to be a big enough role where now he's Brainiac, right? This guy's going to be known as Brainiac for probably the rest of his life now, and that's exciting. I'm also just excited for the Brainiac of it all in general. Like, we had heard those rumors for months, but none of it was official. It all came from places we didn't really trust. So it's so cool that it's official. I'm starting to feel really good about my "this is a secret Justice League project" thing, because this is my pitch for forever. I said, like, well, when all these characters come together for the first time, I want it to be Brainiac. And it makes sense. You have Superman, you have Supergirl, you have the Lanterns, you have the Hawks, I assume the Mr. Terrifics is rumored about like a Peacemaker, So it makes sense that our first big event is Brainiac. Like, that's awesome. That's so sick. Am I getting ahead of myself? Probably. But...
Also, I want to point out, we surmised that this was the most likely villain with a Lex Luthor team up with Superman, because it's the only thing that really makes sense other than Darkseid, and we know we're not getting Darkseid right now.
Yeah, you save that for later, especially after how recently got him. Like,
Darkseid's the biggest bad of the big bad for DC.
It would be awesome.
Like he is a saga bad.
It would be awesome if Brainiac at the end of the movie is defeated, or for now, like, beaten, and he's the one that wakes everybody else up and like, yo, we should help Superman and not leave him alone, because this might have, again, I'm assuming he's gonna win, but like, that was a very close call of everything. Like, maybe we should like step up and not be afraid, and this wakes up Batman to like go at the very least meet with him, or it helps the others. Like, man, I want to see that widescreen IMAX 70mm shot of like Superman holding back Brainiac, and then comes in Mr. Terrific, Jon Stewart, and then for the heck of it, because it is a DCU, Peacemaker just comes in shooting with his way in. I'm like, Oh, that would be.
I think there's.
I love Peacemaker, but what the fuck's he going to do?
Just shoot. Just like annoy him.
Short car here. I think he's going to be a combination of like practical and CGI. Most likely.
I hope it's a combo. Yeah, because the combo is kind of the best middle ground. Like practical effects, unless they're really good, you can still sort of kind of look easy depending. But I mean, especially nowadays. But
full CGI ages faster.
CGI, I mean, there are some characters that can look surprisingly good with really good practical effects. Like I'm amazed at I think one of the best example. The 2019 Swamp Thing show, I'm surprised at how good that looks. I'm really surprised at how good that looked with practical, but whenever you bring a character like, that or Blue Devil or Brainiac or whoever.
And it's like, I don't mind full CGI if it was early 2000 CGI when they gave them, a crew and budget to get it to look as good as it does.
Yeah.
Now CGI, they don't give them a budget, they rush them and it looks like shit.
Hell, I think High Evolutionary was a warm up.
Yeah,
I think the High Evolutionary, that vibe, that tone of a god man, like that again, that line of like God
full of himself. Yeah.
Yes, like, and
there
again,
is no god, so I
that don't do something like a leader in Brave New World. Like, stay away from that.
Yeah, and like again, do as much practical as you can, and then you use CG to enhance. That's the one thing I always love of Del Toro and his Hellboy movies is that almost everybody's in suit, and he would enhance it with CG because it is a comic book, and it's a guy rallying.
Yes,
it's the son of the devil rallying on with a gun. Like you need it.
Wait, you mean Ron Perlman didn't have a big red hand? What?
He did, but like
I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
Shout out to also like, I think the only time we fully have seen it in live action outside of the Supergirl of it all, obviously, is a Krypton, and he looks incredible in Krypton. Like that was a TV budget, and they
own Krypton in its heyday. Well, before he gets completely and totally destroyed.
Also, I can't wait to hear his theme. Like, and again, I'm not throwing shade at the composer of Superman. I'm not throwing shade at him at all. But like, I really like if he's gonna bring him back. I'm like, yo, I need to hear that theme, and and again, I'm not trying to make this a swinging dick contest, but here's the thing. Galactus has a theme in the Fantastic Four, and I still remember that theme.
Yeah.
So Brainiac better have his own damn well good theme.
Yeah.
For me, either to hum it or to memorize it and be like, oh, here comes Brainiac. Like, oh, I can't wait for that. Oh.
What if Lars does an interview and he's like the hierarchy of power in the DCU will change forever?
People. Oh man, that monkey gif from Superman movie is gonna hit the fan that quick. I hope that like it becomes a very like theatrical thing, and like I hope dude, if he has a skull ship and he has his own pet too, like of things like that is gonna be like the ultimate like comic.
I just want to piggyback off what Ronan said when it comes to composing and scores. Maybe I'm the only one that had an issue with this. I don't know. One of the things that held the Superman movie back for me was the fact that they repeatedly, like so many times in the movie, used the John Williams score that they adapted. And, for the trailer itself, I didn't mind it. But I feel like this Superman kind of struggled to stand out, at least for me, because you look at the other Supermen, like whether it's Christopher Reeve or Tyler Hoechlin or Henry Cavill, or I can't really say Brandon Routh because that was meant to be a spiritual sequel to Reeve's movies, but like they had their own themes as Superman, like their own musics that follow them, and it set their tone. But continuously using the rescored John Williams one for this made it kind of feel samey. And like I said, for trailer, it's fine. I'll use a comparison here of a movie I don't even really like that much. Spider-Man Far From Home. Like that Spider-Man has its own theme, but if you remember the original teaser trailer for that movie, they had a rescored orchestra version of the Spider-Man score from the 60s. Like that is just a classic Spider-Man theme. So give David Superman his own theme to help him stand out a little bit more and not feel like you're constantly using that aspect and other aspects of the 78 movie as a crutch. So
that's why I love the Superman Taz theme.
Yep.
Like that's why I love it so much.
Either way, I think it's fair to say that Brainiac is a villain that people have been waiting to see in a movie for a really long time. Keep in mind, we're getting Lobo in Supergirl and Brainiac in Man of Tomorrow. So those are like
as of now,
Sinestro and Lanterns.
And Sinestros and Lanterns. As of now, DCU fans, we're fucking eating good, okay? Like, just hope the fucking entree and the dessert is just as good. We will leave our Yelp reviews afterwards, but not before. Like, we are eating good.
Yeah. What about Brainy from Supergirl? What about him?
I love Brainy. It's not necessarily Brainiac.
Right? Is that what it is? Right?
It's a Brainiac 5. Yeah,
Let's wait.
I love Brainy. I like.
So,
okay, really quickly. I saw people going online. I saw people going online. It's like, what did they do to Brainiac? Why does he look like that? I was like, it's not Brainiac. It's not the same. It's a separate thing, and people are bringing him into it. And also the like Superman and Lois one. I was like, we cannot even begin to use that as a comparison. They name dropped him Brainiac once.
Yeah, they said a Brainiac. That's it.
It's like we cannot be using this. Be like, oh, CW is so trash. It's like, please stop.
Right, and like they would have done that. Like they would have done that eventually. Like had they gotten more seasons.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think they would have done a proper Brainiac.
It was the plan. Yeah.
All right. So Darren had a bonus topic that he wanted to talk about, and then we're gonna do the polls here. So here you go, Darren. Disney moves up Pixar's Gato is now releasing in theaters months earlier on March 5th, 2027.
So,
I'm intrigued. Oh, talk about it, Darren. Tell him.
So okay. So there's a reason I brought this up because when the date was originally was Suicide, right? Let me just read off the June 2027 dates for you, for example. So at the time, we had Gato, right in the middle of movies like How to Train Your Dragon 2, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, and Shrek 5. All 4 were scheduled to come out that month. So now it's in March, right? That say March? The only 2 big movies now in March are The Resurrection of Christ, the Christian sequel movie that they've been working on for forever. The Passion of the Christ sequel, that one, and then Godzilla X Kong. Yeah, Godzilla X Kong. So I think that's in a much better spot than I think originally it was the same weekend as like Across the Spider or like Beyond the Spider-Verse. And I was like, please move it, please Pixar, I love you. This looks really good. Please don't put it against Spider-Man. Suicide? Are you kidding me? Actually, that happened with what was it? Elemental. I think it came out the same week as Spider-Man then too, and it didn't do well the first weekend. All right, that's all I had to say. I just thought it was pretty big.
I haven't dived too much into it because all I know is that it's a different new animation. It's French.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
Man, I am pumped for that. Because again, the last thing I saw, which should be shame on me because I haven't tried that much more, but like the last Pixar thing that really like got me to go see it, and again, that bias, Coco. Yeah, that was the last thing, and that's a very like specific style of animation from Pixar. Yeah. Please, let's try something else.
This kind of reminds me of a French movie that I saw like years back. It was in like 2010, 2011. I don't know if anybody in here remembers this, but it was a movie called A Cat in Paris, where it was like a cat that was kind of living a dual life, and like that lived with their wealthy owner, but then it was weird. It almost had like a pardon the pun, cat burglar lifestyle, and it was really fun. It was a fun movie, and just seeing that picture, not only because it's a black cat, but just like the art style and animation reminds me of that. I don't know if anyone remembers that movie or not, but that's immediately what I thought of.
The lasting animation that really like hit home for me in terms of style and quote unquote Pixar type of story. And again, I would never show this, and people are like, it's like Pixar, but it's fixed. That was the last thing, like something like that like, yo, that's a new type of animation. It's not, it's 2D, but it's like we rarely see that on a movie. And it's a specific thing with dogs. And it's just like, well, there's that.
I don't know how much you've seen in the modern age, Ronan. I'd recommend. I like a lot of modern Pixar more than most. I think Soul's a masterpiece, though.
I need to see Soul. I haven't seen it yet,
Soul.
which I'm ashamed to admit.
God, it's beautiful. It is gorgeous. Like, to me, that's in the heights of like some of the peaks of Pixar. I like modern Pixar, but there's not a lot in the like peaks of the peaks that they've done in the early 2000s to the late 90s. But like Soul is like right there for me. It is.
I might watch it for Christmas. Hell, I might even watch it for Christmas.
Is that what the hell is it called? Last Dragon movie or whatever is that called? Is that any good?
Kaya, the one with the Kelly Marie Tran.
Raya?
Yeah,
yeah.
Dragon? Is that one any good?
It's not Pixar, it's Disney, but it's okay. It's solid. It's a fun outing. It came out like in like the peak of COVID, so it did like horrible at the box office. So it's never getting a sequel, but that was the only movie I saw like during COVID. I went to a theater, I sat by myself. No one else was in there. I sat and watched it. I had to drive an hour. But
You didn't go see Tenet?
No, I still have not seen Tenet.
You didn't go see Wonder Woman 84?
No, I saw it at home, like in my living room on Christmas, and I was pissed.
Yeah, at least you didn't have to pay for it.
Yeah,
we were laughing. We laughed at the end of that movie. I felt so bad and was like, wow.
Which one?
My least favorite Christmas
84.
I've had in a while.
Oh, it was terrible.
I literally, we were laughing. It got to a moment, and like they used a specific type of music piece that's being used a lot in trailers, and we were like, the fuck? And I was just like, wow.
I want to point this out. So over the weekend, we had this movie, David, get released from Angel Studios. I don't know if you guys saw this or not.
Mm-hmm.
But Angel Studios, so it says here, first let me read this. The biblical animated musical David has hit 14 million in pre-sales. I think it ended up with like 22 million or something over the weekend. The biggest pre-sale window ever for Angel Studios. It's now poised to be the #1 animated movie in America this weekend, outgrossing SpongeBob and Zootopia 2. Now, Zootopia 2 ended up with like 16 million or something, but Zootopia 2 is also on its 4th weekend in theaters.
Yeah,
but
yeah, no, they're fine.
I want to point out the reason why, and I need to make this very clear to everyone out there because several people have asked me my opinions on this. Angel Studios has this thing called Pay It Forward. And I don't know why theaters allow this to count for ticket sales. It is a ticket sale, but it's technically not a ticket sale. So what it is you can go on and you can buy potential tickets for someone to go and see the movie. So say, for example, you want to buy 4 tickets and leave them on this website for people to claim, then you can do that. However, just like with several other Angel Studios films, it doesn't have to be claimed to count as a ticket sale. So there's lots of empty movie theaters where they're playing the movie, but no one is going to it because there's no tickets available to buy at the theater because all of them have been bought up by this like pay it forward system, and the theater is empty. No one's in the theater watching the movie.
Say like either the director or someone else involved in the movie buying a bunch of tickets and then going to investors and say,
ding. No, that's exactly it.
It's sold.
You don't know where the money is coming from for these tickets. So people are buying them up in big blocks to inflate the value of the movie on the ticket sales. But then there's no proof that anybody's actually going to the theater and watching the movie. This happened with Sound of Freedom. It's happened with other movies by Angel Studios. This whole pay it forward thing. Here's the crazy part though. Right now, or this past weekend, kids got in for free anyway. So there was no point in inflating the value of the movie on ticket sales when a large portion of the people going to the movie weren't even going to be buying tickets. So it didn't make any sense to buy up blocks of tickets for a movie where kids get in for free.
Yeah, it's just rife for exploitation.
Not only that, but any money that gets paid into the tickets, if this works the same way it did for their other movies like Sound of Freedom, they take that money and they roll it into a digital release for people that can watch it at home once it goes out on digital streaming. So the money never gets refunded. And you don't know where all the money is allocated to. It just, you pay it to these tickets and then they do whatever the fuck they want to do with the money.
Yeah, because it sounds like a very noble idea, but you know how people are going to people and completely screw it up.
Let me explain how this works quickly before we do our polls or whatever. Is that people pay into the ticket. Say, for example, your Angel Studios, right? People pay you to buy tickets for people, right? So what will happen is they'll give the money to Angel Studios, and then Angel Studios will reserve those tickets for a theater, so that if somebody claims those tickets, they could just get them and go watch the movie. However, if no one claims those tickets, they sit in the bank and they never get claimed, and nobody can buy tickets to go into the theaters. Theaters were mad about Sound of Freedom because they make money off concessions. So for them, if you have a movie that is sold out where no one is actually showing up for the movie, you're losing a ton of revenue on drink sales and popcorn and all the stuff you sell in the theaters. So it's a scammy, grifty way to inflate the sales of your movie. That's just the reality of it. And this is something that Angel Studios does. And I wish that they would stop, and I don't know if they actually do, I wish they would stop counting this as legitimate ticket sales, because it's not legitimate ticket sales. It's money going into a bank to potentially buy tickets, but there's no actual proof that tickets are purchased. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Anyway. All right, so let's check the poll and see what we got. Over on, by the way, somebody asked earlier if I was going to watch the Odyssey trailer. It would 100% get claimed.
Oh, yeah.
So
really?
If you want me to watch it, we got to have a $10 super chat. That's the only way that's happening. I'm not doing claim trailers for something randomly without a super chat. So the person that asked me earlier, if you want to drop a $10 super chat, that's fine. I don't want to deal with that tonight. So yeah, there was a leak too. Also, here we go. This is from Jose. Do you think we'll get a Spider-Man Brand New Day teaser trailer later this week or next week, if not January? I saw that Thor teaser from Doomsday leaked. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with that. I have to say that the promotional cycle for advertising these films and hiding teasers is really stupid. Nobody's going to see Avatar to watch a leaked or a teaser trailer for Doomsday. It's just not going to happen. We're in the second week. I'd be curious to see if their ticket sales go up because of that. I highly doubt it. I don't know. Is anybody paying for Avatar tickets to go see the Doomsday trailers? Not me.
No. Not for Doomsday. No.
Right.
So, I don't know about the Spider-Man trailer. I feel like we definitely need to see something soon for Spider-Man.
I think the fact there's more for Doomsday than Spider-Man is concerning. I know they are different studios. I know one is Sony and one is Marvel. But we're almost 5 months out, right?
Yeah.
So we need to start give us a teaser trailer maybe the end of this month.
Yeah, so this is another thing. Is people are saying that the teaser's in front of other movies too. So it's not just Avatar. So that's the other thing. So
what other movies?
Whatever's out in theaters.
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Right,
SpongeBob, big guy.
I'm just saying, like, the people that say
SpongeBob,
that.
big guy.
Like, can they actually say what
Whatever
it
that
is?
dance is.
God,
Stupid dance. I have to play it every night at the fucking club now. Could you play Ice Spice SpongeBob, big guy? I'm like, yeah, I'll play it.
Oh, it's an Ice Spice song?
Yes, and she showed up at the premiere in like panties and a bra. It was really funny.
I saw that.
It's to a kid's movie. I'm like, girl, come on.
Who showed up?
Yeah, Ice Spice showed because she did a song for the SpongeBob movie. She showed up at the premiere in like panties and a bra with a see-through dress. It was like,
yeah, I was like, come on, this is a kid's movie. Like, I get you're trying to portray an image, but come on, it's a kid's movie. Chill out.
All right, we're ending the poll on the Debunks channel. You guys voted for me to react to something from the Critical Drinker, so your wish will be made. I will definitely react to something from Critical Drinker. Why not? Thank you guys for everybody that contributed to the poll. I do appreciate that. Special shout out to Columbia Rican. Over here on the Reloaded channel, let's see what we got in the poll. And it is top 5 favorite video game characters with 42%.
Oh, nice. That was one of mine.
Swear to God, if you guys take 2 of the ones I'm thinking of, I will hunt you in your sleep.
Video game character.
Ronan, I doubt we're thinking of the same
Now,
one.
Darren, there's plenty of made for movie video games, so get ready for that one.
And Darren, there are plenty of video games based off cartoons.
Like Ben 10 and like...
I'm going to cheat, Jake. I'm just letting you know, I'm going to cheat about those.
Wait, what, Ronan?
I might cheat on those characters. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
Ooh. All right, so just so you guys know, we are going to wrap it up here. We're already at 2 hours and 30 minutes. And so what we'll do on Thursday, on Christmas night, is anybody that shows up, we will go through some some of the random polls that we have won over the last couple months. So we'll knock a bunch of those out. But I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. We had Darren in the building. Thank you so much. Anything you want to shout out before you shut down?
Pipeline podcast on Thursdays. This last week we did if you're in the Christmas spirit, we did a Home Alone 1 and 2 episode with our friend Ian, and then I have another episode coming on Thursday, actually with these two guys over here, Jake and Ronan. We talked end of the year stuff. Also, I'm hosting Party Nation tomorrow because Lance is busy again.
Ooh,
so
okay.
we're gonna be playing a fun Christmas game tomorrow. So come join in.
Yeah, we put that together.
Yeah, may show up.
What about you, Jake? Anything happening? Anything going on?
We just had our last Lost Level stream of the year this past Sunday. We got through a lot of stuff in the world of Skyrim. The Lost Level series itself is going to be going through a few visual changes. It's going to have a nice paint job going into 2026. Spiffy intro, a little bit of a new layout, a new game getting added to our docket because we finished Lego Marvel Superheroes, and to build up hype for Legacy of the Dark Knight, we're going to go ahead and throw Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham in its spot. And I got some long-form videos coming as we approach the end of the year. You guys know those. And in the spirit of Christmas, if you will, I'm going to be dropping my next Arkham ranking, probably on Christmas Eve itself, which is going to be an Arkham Origins Bosses ranked video, because I'm going to be doing another one for that because that game is set on Christmas Eve. And some bonus videos to round off the year, and have a lot planned for 26.
Okay. Ronan, what's going on with you, man, on your channel and everything?
I've been so tired. I've been throwing so much. I forgot what I've uploaded.
I have stuff going on.
I have my channel on my tab. You'll be like, wait a minute, what did I drop? I dropped a reaction to the Chainsaw Man Season 2 announcement with Assassin's Ark. That's going to be finally getting Season 2 of Chainsaw Man. I dropped a reaction to some extra footage from the main current trailer of Mandem Grogu. You can go check that out. I have a Wake Up Dead Man review, Tomb Raider reactions. I have a Stranger Things trailer dropping on Tuesday. Wait, today's Monday.
You have a trailer dropping?
Tomorrow, yeah, I guess. Well, no, for Stranger Things. It's something that they have to load out. And then, what else? Just stuff set up. Fallout coverage. You might be soon. It might be light this week because I'm going to be out of my setup. But don't be surprised if you see something in the morning for Odyssey. I reacted to that as well. But yeah, anime stuff. I gotta just make sure once Christmas is over, I can manage it again better. But don't be surprised if you see some anime stuff. Don't be surprised if you see some shit. I almost spoiled that I saw that. Something that's gonna be coming out soon.
Yeah.
And I think that's all I'm allowed to tease about. Avatar might put out a review while I'm in LA. And yeah, stay tuned because I have a lot of crazy ideas for the channel.
Okay. And what about
there?
What about you, Omega? What's happening with you over on your DeviantArt?
Since I'm now done moving, I can finally get back into making some stuff. I'm actually working on something right now, but will I upload it? I don't know. I'm kind of
you're just working on something. You haven't uploaded anything.
Yeah, I haven't uploaded anything just yet. Okay. So yeah, let's stay tuned.
So on Thursday, I will be streaming on Christmas, and what I would like to do is take everybody around and show them around the house at the different trees and decorations we have. So I'll be doing that on Thursday night while we're streaming. So that should be a lot of fun. Also, we'll be going over primarily top 5 list, but if any like crazy news breaks on, Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, we'll talk about that here on the channel.
How's the time going to be? Because that's Stranger Things tonight as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'm planning on doing like an average size stream, so like an hour and a half, something like that, just to sort of put something out there for everybody. But once we do, I will say we'll do three of the polls. So if you guys want to throw out in the mod chat like what you would like to do, if you want to pick one or whatever, we can do that. We'll do 3 of those, and then even if we get it done in an hour, we'll wrap up in an hour. If it takes us an hour and a half, we'll get that done.
I feel you, Darren.
But just let me know. But anyway, yeah. So we're gonna get out of here. Anyway, thanks everybody for being here. And we'll talk later on. See you later. Hey there, if you're seeing this, that means we have reached the end of the stream. Thanks so much for your continued support with comments, likes, subscriptions, super stickers, and super chats. I just want to give a special shout out to all of the channel members who have contributed to the success of this channel with paid tiers. On the screen, you will see your name displayed as a signal of appreciation from myself and the channel. If you would like to see your name on this list, consider selecting a tier with the join or plus button depending on your platform. Thanks again, everyone. Let's hang out soon in the next stream, and I'll see you then.